Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show.
Well. Guess who's back from South Florida? And boy, do we have a lot to talk about. Man, where do we even start? Like, really, truly, where do we even start? I missed a week. And really, I kind of didn't, right? Like, I still uploaded the Florida State reaction. I still did a live stream from the hotel. I still did a walking and venting from the parking garage of the hotel on Sunday. But there's so much to talk about. The 45-3 beatdown at home against Florida State. Losing Rashada at like midnight last night. Just everything, man. I have so much to talk about. There's no way that I'm going to be able to get it all in tonight's stream. I want you guys to know that right now. The point of these streams is it's the night before stream, right? So the idea is that we discuss the game tomorrow. A lot of Canes fans forget that there's a football game tomorrow because everyone has kind of, the season's a wash. Everyone's moved on. They're focusing on recruiting for the 2023 class, and that's that. There is a game tomorrow, guys. 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Miami versus Georgia Tech. Of course, hype is going to be low. I get it. But what we'll do is we'll talk about the game. We'll discuss it for a little bit, but then we'll kind of open it up to talk about any and everything else. Now, don't forget that Sunday is probably going to be the best stream to tune into when it comes to me talking about some of the people that I linked up with while I was down in South Florida. I did go to that invite-only lunch while I was down there, and there were former players there. There were some big-time donors that were there. There was actually some staff at the University of Miami there as well, and everybody got up and said a couple of things, gave some updates, some inside information. You guys know I hate that word. An insider, inside info. But there are some things that I can discuss that happened there, and there are some things that I can't discuss, that I'm literally not allowed to talk about. You were not allowed to take pictures. You were not allowed to record anything with your phone. It was supposed to be hush-hush, and anything said did not leave that room. But there are a couple of things that I can at least touch on and talk about. But before we get into tonight's stream, how y'all doing? Man, we got Kyle in the building, Jorn, IMAX, Moonlight, me. Hey, bro, it was so good to link up with you, man. I got to meet so many people while I was down for the FSU game, guys. I got to meet, oh gosh, I'm going to leave so many people out. It was over 300. I swear it was over 300. I got to meet Moonlight Meat. I got to meet Bryce. I got to meet Melissa, a.k.a. Hoodie Girl. I got to hang out with Bobby Samarco, Juice. I got to hang out with Tropigal. Like, it just goes and goes and goes and goes. I got to meet up with Coach Hayes, Steve-O, T2Y, Alex from Locked On Canes. Man, it was absolutely insane. RN in the building, Canes football talk. I see the Gator trash talk. I mean, listen, you guys, man, we'll get to the Rashada stuff. Man, somebody said Coach Coop is not a coach. Bro, what do you mean? I'm wearing the coaching polo. This officially makes me a coach. What are you talking about, man? That's all you have to do is get the polo, man, and you're locked in. You are coaching status. So, man, absolutely. I am on the payroll now that I'm rocking the polo. So, it is what it is. Spiratrix, what's going on, man? So, yeah, I did actually want to show you guys some pictures and a couple of videos from the game before we get into the Georgia Tech talk, and then we'll dive into all the crazy shenanigans and whatnot. Nick Strong, what's up, man? I appreciate y'all for tuning in and for being here, because like I said, if I title a stream anything to do with the game coming up, not as many people are going to hang out and watch because they want to talk drama, right? They want to talk. If I were to put Rashada in the title, we would already have 200 to 300 people in here. Now, it is funny because I had to change my thumbnail because that was Jaden Rashada in the thumbnail. So I had to swap it out, and I decided, you know what? Let's go generic and let's put Sebastian in the thumbnail. But surely Sebastian doesn't decommit, right? Sebastian isn't going to hit the mascot portal, is he? I hope not, because I've got him in the thumbnail. Brandon Frick, what's up, man? I DM'd you right before the show. So check your Twitter, man. I got you. I apologize for the delay on all that stuff, man, but I got you. I got you. Coop, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the Georgia Tech game? Here's the thing. I'm kind of in the minority, man, when it comes to the games. I'm still excited to watch college football. I mean, I would say I'm a strong 6, maybe 6.5. And the reason being is because I'm anxious to see, like, what do we do with the quarterback position? Is TVD actually injured? And are they going to sit him? And then is it going to be Jake? Or is it going to be Jakari? Because a lot of the fans want to see Jakari Brown. They're saying, screw Jake Garcia. He came out in the Florida State game. He threw a pick. We want Jakari. But you hear the coaching staff saying that, Jake's just not been locked in. They got to work on his confidence. They might play him. I want to see these things play out. And that makes me excited to still watch Miami Hurricanes football. So we'll see. We'll see. I see you got the new Miami Knights shirt on. Did they say anything about wearing them this year? So we'll talk about that, Nick. We'll talk about it. Like I said, I got to have the lunch with some former players and some people at the university, so they did give me a little bit of insight. I'll say this. The plan, and here's the thing. The people telling me this could be wrong. These are people that were at the university. The plan was to wear the Miami Knights for the Florida State game. I mean, Adidas, took all the time to make these, to do this whole lineup. They've been selling the jerseys and stuff and the gear. And Mario blocked it and said no. Mario said we are not wearing the Miami Knights uniforms because this team has not earned it. Basically, Mario said we don't get to have fun until we put the work in and we see some results. And honestly, I'm okay with that. You have to figure out where to draw the line because you're talking about 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds. So, there does have to be maybe a little bit of fun sprinkled in there, but as a reward, right? So he's saying no. He literally blocked it and said, we are not wearing them. Now, do you still see them appear later in the season? We've only got 3 games left, right? They're not popping out for Georgia Tech. Clemson is an away game. I highly doubt we land a primetime slot against Pitt. It's probably not going to be a night game. We don't want to be in all black at noon, do we? So you might not see them this year. You're probably not going to.
What's good, my boy?
Moonlight Meat. This guy, man, I got to tell you guys something. It's really, really cool that I got to meet so many of you in person. Moonlight Meat, you guys don't know what he went through to go to that FSU game. You guys have no idea what all he had to go through. And we got to hang out at halftime. And Moonlight Meat is a good dude. He really is. All you guys are solid, man. All you guys are exactly who you are here in the live chat and online. And I love that, bro. I absolutely love it. Moonlight Meat, we chopped it up, man. I didn't want to go back to my seat. I was having more fun talking with David and Moonlight Meat and Bryce and Jackson and all those guys. I was having more fun talking to them than I was watching the game. I wanted to just stay out there the whole time. But I went back like a man, sat in my seat, and watched the second half beat down, and I took it. I wanted to remember that and how it felt, Appreciate the 2, Moonlight Meat. Appreciate you, bro. Thank goodness he made that decision. Best call of the year. Yeah, honestly. And I agree with it and I respect it. Mario said, nah, we are not wearing them. And that's what I was told. Mario put a stop to it and he said, we're not wearing the alternate uniforms because we haven't earned the right to. It is what it is. Coop, we need reliable links to watch the game tomorrow. I will do my best to hook you up. What time is the basketball game tonight? What time is the basketball game? I'm actually not even sure. Let me show you guys some pics and some clips from my visit down in South Florida. I'll make it short, guys. I won't make it super lengthy. I'm not going to pull up a PowerPoint presentation to show you or some kind of slideshow with 150 pictures, but I just want to show you a couple really quick from my visit down there while we wait some more people to pile in and find their virtual seats, and then we'll talk about the game. What's going on, Caden? And FSU fans, you guys can come in here and talk your trash. What am I going to say, bro? 45-3. I didn't go back and watch the televised version of the game, and I don't plan on doing it. I'm going to pretend like it didn't happen.
This is what it takes.
Miami played Florida State this year?
To wear to you.
Are you guys sure?
Inside of your helmet.
Airport travel story from hell, tears of joy.
Yeah,
Great time, though.
Yeah, it was, man. Hey, well, here's the thing, Moonlight Me. I hope it was worth it, bro. I hope that the memories that were made with, hanging out with family and, fellow Canes fans, I hope that made it worth it for you, Moonlight Me. I hope that made it worth it, bro. I appreciate another two, man. Thank you. Appreciate the info, bro. I got you, Nick, and I'll drop some more stuff. Like I said, I don't pretend to be an insider person. I tell people this all the time. I do get information from people, but I just usually don't put it out there because sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong, But this was really eye-opening for me, getting to sit down with guys like Brett Romberg and John Beeson and Amon Richards. And, I was talking in that Twitter space the other day with Malik Rozier and Brevin Jordan. Brevin Jordan blew my mind with some of the stuff he was telling me that what went down while he was at the University of Miami. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about eating the ramen noodles. We're going to talk about the nutrition staff working out of the closet of the weight room. We are going to talk about these things. Guys party until 2 or 3 a.m. We're going to talk about all this stuff, man. We are so far behind when it comes to being at an elite. Bro, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it, all right? What's up, Rob Dukes? It was good to meet Rob Dukes also, man. I appreciate you, man. You guys made the trip worth it. You guys 100% made the trip worth it, even with taking the big fat L. You guys know these dudes on the screen? You guys know these dudes? Look how much taller I am than everyone else, bro. Everyone thinks that I'm so short. Look at that, man. Take a look at that. I know you guys know Steve-O, right? You know Coach Hayes. You know Hurricane T2Y, right? Man, the Canes Wear takeover was lit. Well, I think I got another pic over here. Let's see. I didn't get a ton of pictures because I tried to live in the moment. You know what I'm saying? I didn't record a whole bunch of stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy this. I'm going to say what's up to everybody. We're going to chop it up, talk Canes football, give out a ton of free wristbands. So I didn't take a bunch of pictures. But this was kind of out front. We had almost like a little tailgate thing going, bro. It was wild. And I know that the people that run Caneswear came to me after we finished this thing up, and they were like, man, that was crazy, Coop. They were like, so many people were popping in, and they had your wristbands on, and they were saying they were here to say what's up, and then they came into the store. So that was really cool. You guys have probably already seen a lot of the pictures that I shared around on social media. I had the picture with I had taken a pic with Romberg, but it's floating around somewhere. We were hanging out with Beeson. You guys know Cane Fan Co? The dude is literally, if he is in the crowd, they are putting him on the Jumbotron. They're putting him on TV. I had to grab a pic with Cane Fan Co, man. I could not miss the opportunity for that one. I had one or two video clips that I was going to show you guys. This was actually my seat at the game. I was in 334. And I thought that I wasn't going to like this. Like, where do you guys prefer to sit when you go to a game? Do you like to be down in the lower section, or do you like to be up high? What's going on, Phil? This was in 334, end zone side. And I was actually pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed sitting here. Because, you're up high. So, I've got an air. Boo! Look at those guys in garnet and gold down there in front of me. But it's kind of cool because you get the aerial view. You can see everything that's going on. But it was nice. You got the big screens up here in each corner. I would sit there again. I would absolutely sit there again. Bro, be better. We know that you beat us 45-3. How many more times do I need to acknowledge it? Congratulations! You did. You sure did, man. I was there in person. I'm pretty sure I saw it happen live. Correct. You are right. Congratulations. My hat's off to you. You got the victory. You got the dub. You did. You sure did. It was funny because there was a guy. Okay. We all just suffered right there because that just blew my eardrums as well. I don't know if it did yours. But there was a guy that was sitting in front of me. Jordan, that just... I'm going to need hearing aids after tonight because I no longer can hear. Wow, that was terrible. This guy was a Miami fan in the blue. Why he was wearing blue, I have no idea. But he stole a Florida State fan's hat. And check this out, man. We were cracking up. Now, keep the trash talk coming. Yo, that's fine. I'm not gonna ban you, bro. Like, keep it coming. We love this, man. Where did he go? Be better. Keep it coming, man. That's fine. We can talk trash all you want. Check this out, though. He stole a Florida State fan's hat, and what he was doing is he was pretending like he was going to throw it over the ledge if everybody wanted him to. Like, he was trying to get everybody hyped up. Pretty new to the channel. Love your stuff. Hey, Adam. Welcome, my man. I appreciate you for being here, bro. Thank you. Well, check this out, though. Bro, he was so funny, man. He was so funny. Whoa. It wasn't as bad as people thought. Like, people were saying that it was like 50-50 Miami and Florida State fans. It was more like 70-30, y'all. It was probably 70% Miami fans, 30% Florida State fans. Now, by the third quarter, the Florida State fans had taken over Hard Rock. It was literally just the war chant from the third quarter to the end of the game. Nothing but the war chant. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know what it looked like on television, but there at Hard Rock, and some of you guys can confirm this for me. Who else was there? Moonlight Meat was there. Caden was in 332. Caden was there. After Jordan Travis threw that bomb for the touchdown on their first drive, it was over. It was done. Like, I mean, it sucked all the life out of that stadium. Like, on that first drive, whenever it was a third down, you know, it's third down, and everybody was doing the like, and it was lit, man. It was lit. Like, let me show you. Let me show you before kickoff. Look at this. Bro, it was lit. Why can it not be this every Saturday? Look at it, man. Woo! And when the team ran out the smoke, all this to get spanked. Listen, I know. Look at them waving the warning flags. I had goosebumps, man. All that, man. All that hype. All that talk, man, just to get our doors blown off in the daggum first quarter, man. But no, for real, after Jordan Travis threw that bomb, I kid you not, all the Miami fans said it's done. That's it. And that's the reality that we face right now as Canes fans, is we go down 7-0 and the game is over. Literally. That's just kind of where we find ourselves right now. 7-0, Jordan Travis came out. We said, that's it. That's it. The dude, there were people that were leaving in the first quarter, guys. Literally guys that left in the first quarter. And I get it. They didn't want to sit there and waste their night watching that product on the field. I get it. Doodoo, what's good? It was good to meet Doodoo in person. You left at halftime. Okay, so for those of you that were at the game, when did you leave? And I am not going to blame you for leaving at any point. I was actually tempted to, if it wasn't for the fact that I drove 14 hours to watch that game. Otherwise, man, I don't understand how you can expect people to pay to see that type of product on the field. You know? That PI killed it, and it did. But, man, there were Canes fans at the game that were saying that the refs threw that game for us. Bro, the refs threw that game? Now, look, I'm not just trying to call out Canes fans. I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan. It was 45-3. Do not come, bro. The Canes fans were like, well, if they wouldn't have threw. Sure, maybe, I get that. On that first drive, that PI gave them some momentum. Yeah, whatever. We were not hanging with Florida State. 45-3. We weren't hanging with those guys. Period. We just weren't. So don't give me none of that nonsense. Don't come in here and make excuses, man. We suck. We just do. That's the reality of the situation. That's where we're at right now. Straight up. And it poured down rain after. It did. But, man, anyways, we're going to pretend like that game didn't happen. I don't even know what game you guys are talking about. And we're going to jump over to what we have coming up tomorrow. Miami versus Georgia Tech, the battle of the 4 and 5 ACC teams, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Bally Sports Media broadcast. Absolutely hate that. Mama Coop in the building. But yeah, it's good to see Adam. It's awesome to have new people still coming in here. This is going to be at Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, so I will have links for this one as much as I possibly can, because not a lot of people are streaming that game. Let's jump over and take a look at the weather report for Atlanta tomorrow. It's been chilly in Tennessee, and I'm not too far from Atlanta. So let's see, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 59 and cloudy. Looks like low chance of precipitation in the afternoon, so hopefully not a rainy one. Maybe a sprinkle or two before kickoff, but upper 50s. Getting closer to the 40s there towards the end of the game. So that could be a little scary, but, whatever. No word on uniform combo, and at this point, I'm just being honest. I don't think that anyone cares one way or another. Let's just keep it real. So no word on the uniform combo. Do you guys want to talk about Rashada at all, or do we want to? Let's finish the Georgia Tech talk. In my opinion, no bowl game for either of us. No bowl game for Miami. No bowl game for Georgia Tech. I personally don't think that Miami wins another game this season. I don't think Miami has the cojones to beat Georgia Tech. We've checked out mentally, guys. Watching those guys in person, there's just no freaking way, man. There's no way. I don't think it matters who starts at quarterback. I don't think it matters who you put out there at this point. Gaddis went from the booth to down on the field. That didn't make a difference. We've made some various different changes. Doesn't matter. These guys have checked out. I think we lose out the rest of the season, and we end up finishing 4-8, honestly. But at the same time, Georgia Tech, I don't think they make a bowl game either. Even if they beat us, they still need to win another game after that, and they play North Carolina and Georgia. And ain't no way they're winning either one of those games. So neither one of us are going bowling this year. We're wearing orange and white pants. Orange over white, that Mario the Traditionalist, that sounds about right, man. I would say that would be correct. I appreciate the info. I didn't even take the time to look, Rob. I honestly didn't. But it is one of those scenarios where, Georgia Tech has an interim head coach.
To where to you?
We should feel confident going into this game.
Was in 133 row 4, was lit till the TD. Fans started leaving. I was a little drunk, so I started talking smack about Miami. Had my whole section dying laughing tears of joy.
You were talking smack about wait, now when you say talking smack about Miami, you mean you were hyping Miami up, or you were talking about how not good Miami is? Both of them would have been funny in their own right. The Miami fan dogging his own team as we're playing our in-state rival, getting our booty spanked on national television, or hyping us up when we were obviously garbage. Both would have been funny either way, man. I appreciate the 5, Moonlight. Thank you, bro. But, this is a game that should be a confident one. They have a ton of question marks right now. We don't know who their quarterback is going to be. Are they going to march Jeff Sims out? who has been continuing to heal up over the last few weeks, or are they going to continue to play Zach Pyron? I personally think Zach Pyron gives them the best opportunity to win the game. I know he's a younger guy, but they've got some momentum with him, right? They came back and won against Virginia Tech last week, so we'll see. I already gave my keys to a victory for this one, which was Miami needs to score a touchdown. Miami then needs to score another touchdown. And then after that, Miami needs to find a way to take the ball and put it in the end zone to score yet another touchdown. I don't know how we're going to make it work, but hopefully we can figure something out this week. My score prediction, however, for this one, Georgia Tech 20, Miami Hurricanes 10. I do think we break the 2-game, 9-quarter touchdown curse, but it won't be by a lot. Coop, don't give up on the team. I don't think that this team can make a bowl. I just really don't. And I'm telling you, some of the things that were said to me about some of the players and the coaching staff while I was down in South Florida when talking to former Canes and people at the university, I just can't see another victory. I can't. No matter how much I try, I cannot find a victory for these remaining games. I just really can't. No, I said Jake about to throw an interception the play before, and you were right. Yep. Mama Coop says it's not the coach's fault. These players have got to get their hearts in these games, and they want to win, play like they want it. And I mean, we don't have guys that want it. We definitely don't have guys that want it right now, Mama Coop. And we also have some coaches that are a little hard-headed. It's a combination of so many different things. It really, truly is. And right now, at this point, we just have to wrap this thing up and look to 2023. And it's why I think that we can't win any more games, because even Georgia Tech has a little more something to play for, right? Like they've got this, they're going to bring in a new head coach. They have a new athletic director. They've got this new young quarterback that's breathing life into the team. And even though I laugh at the thought of them going to a bowl game, they're still trying to play for one. The Miami players, we're done, bro. We're done. Again, what was I doing in my preview video? Waving the white flag, throwing in the towel. We are done, bro. We're done. I just don't think we can win. I don't think we can win. How many players you see are going to be gone for Miami? My personal opinion, 15 to 20. But actually probably closer to 20, maybe even more. Maybe 20 to 25. Maybe 20 to 25. And I'm actually serious. Let's jump over and take a look real quick, because this is what everybody wants to talk about, right? This is what everybody wants to talk about. Jaden Rashada flips to Florida. So they bump up to 8. We bump up to 9. And I want to say something. Man. Because I'm seeing a lot of people all of a sudden pretend like Rashada is not good. A lot of Canes fans are saying, well, you know what? Screw Jaden Rashada. We didn't want him anyways. Come on now. Listen. We were talking him up a couple weeks ago. We were definitely talking him up in June. Now all of a sudden he's not good. Let's not be those fans, those people, right? Because it's the same thing everybody does. As soon as a guy decommits, well, he ain't no good. We didn't want that guy anyways. Nobody cares about him. And maybe he is a bust. Maybe he doesn't ball out. I don't know. But don't pretend like we didn't want Rashada. And the point I'm trying to make is next man up. I agree. And I agree that Emory Williams is a good quarterback, man. I agree that, you know, sometimes you want those 3-star dogs, right? Some guys that are going to have some fight and some grit. And I'm not saying that Rashada is entitled just because he's a 4-star quarterback. I don't know the guy personally. He hasn't got to play any college snaps yet. But I do not want to downplay losing recruits. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about keeping a high standard, setting the expectations high, right? And the thing is it was a miracle that we're even holding on to the guys that we have right now, if we're being honest. What you are going to see, I'm just going to tell you guys, I don't think we hold on to all of these guys. It's the result of a 4-5 Miami Hurricanes team with an offense that is averaging like 15 or 14 points per game against Power 5 opponents. That does not look appealing to an incoming quarterback or wide receiver or a running back. Am I right? Let me ask y'all something. If your son was committed to the University of Miami as a, let's say 4-star, we'll kind of assume the Rashada situation. Your son is a 4-star quarterback who is committed to the University of Miami for the 2023 class. Would you still want him to go to Miami? Don't lie. Don't lie. If it was my son, I would be encouraging him to look elsewhere. Why? You can't just assume that everything is going to get better. Now, see, you guys that say yes, you're not setting your Canes pride to the side. That's what you have to think about. Why not? Because if your son is a quarterback, big-time recruit, he has a lot of guys looking at him, you have to assume that Gaddis is still going to be at Miami. You have to look at the type of stats. You have to look at the fact that it makes it look like Tyler Van Dyke and Garcia have regressed in this offense and under Frank Ponce, the quarterback's coach. Yo, Dim Canes, listen. Bro, I appreciate you being on my channel. Do not bring that argument to me about Coop, you live in Tennessee, you don't know nothing about Miami football. You're mad and you're upset because I say that I think we don't get a bowl game. You have to understand, Dim Canes 01, that I'm setting my Canes pride to the side when we're having these discussions. Bro, I don't care what you have to say about that. You don't tell me if I'm a fan or not a fan. And I don't do that to you either. You have to understand that, bro. You're going to actually see me get a little heated. Just because we have a different outlook on things, just because I try to be a little more realistic, doesn't make me less of a fan. And you being positive about everything doesn't make you any less of a fan, bro. You have to stop telling people they're fans or not fans. It's part of the reason we're so freaking divided, bro. I come on here and I put up these videos and I hype Miami up, but sometimes you have to set your pride aside and be realistic. You were posting Fire Mario stuff a couple weeks ago. Guess what? You just showed your stupidity right there, because guess what? Do you want to know what that entire video was? Look at the quotes on the video. I was poking fun at everyone who was saying Fire Mario Cristobal, and I was calling them stupid. So let me see your response to that. The entire video was me saying that Fire Mario Cristobal is dumb, because we have no consistency. It's 2 years, fire. 3 years, fire. I was even arguing that we should retain Gaddis for at least another 2 to 3 years, because we've went through 5 OCs in like 4 years. Or 4 OCs in 5 years. Flip that. 4 OCs in 5 years. All you did was you looked at the title and you assumed that I said Fire Mario Cristobal when I was making fun of everyone else and telling them they were stupid for saying Fire Mario Cristobal. You told me you have friends that want Mario out. What does that have to do with me, bro? What does that have to do with me? If I have friends that want Mario gone, that doesn't mean I agree with my friends. What is your argument here? What is your stance? Hold up. I don't one-on-one with people like this and go in. But everybody's on edge right now. Everybody's all heated because everything's bad right now. You're posting dumb stuff to get clickbait. Bro, the title is in quotation marks. I'm quoting what other people are saying. I'm done with that conversation, man. I'm done with that conversation. Here's the thing. I want Miami Hurricanes to be successful. I want every single one of these guys on the squad to do well. But sometimes you have to look in the mirror, bro, and be honest. Because otherwise, we're just going to keep repeating things. That's going to be the same cycle. We're never going to get better. Boy, you would not have lasted talking to Brett Romberg. Let me tell you, you would not have lasted.
What's up, Co-op? One of the best in the business. A legit cane right there. Hooray, medium white skin tone.
They would have kicked you out of that lunch so fast because you would not have been able to listen to the facts and what those guys were talking about and what they were saying. You wouldn't have made it. You wouldn't have made it, bro. I'm telling you, sometimes you got to be honest. Stop sugarcoating things. Stop coddling everyone. Do you want to be better or not? You have the comments? I know. I remember talking to you. Man, bro, I don't understand. If you want to make me mad, tell me I'm not a fan. Tell me I'm not a fan and you will see a switch flip. That is my one pet peeve that really gets me going. Do not come on here and tell me I'm not a fan just because I don't have the same opinion as you. It doesn't work like that. Period. So now you're on here saying your son, you must not have kids then. Because here's my argument. I'm not trying to tell anyone to not go to Miami. That's not what I'm doing. But I'm saying I can see why Rashada flipped. Because you can't just continue to go off of what you think things will be. You're looking at the right here and now. And right here and now, our offense is not doing well. Right here and now, Gaddis is struggling. He's not making the adjustments to, tailor this offense around the current player personnel. So what quarterback would want to come play under that? So my argument, you didn't even let me finish before you made some stupid comment. My argument here is we've got to be better. We are going to start to see some consequences, and you have to understand that it's a blessing that we have a top 10 recruiting class right now, and I'm super thankful for it. It's the power of Mario Cristobal and DVD and some of these guys on this staff, man. Man. Anyways, we're going to be more positive. Listen, bro, I'm not going to block you. People want me to block you. You're still family to me. You're a Miami Hurricanes fan. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to tell you to leave. We just have different opinions on that, and that's cool. I can be a man and say we agree to disagree. I don't know why more people can't do that in today's times. It's always instantly block. It's always instantly blowing it way out of proportion. JYM Coaching. Hey, it was awesome to meet you in person as well, my man. Coming through with the top dono with the 20. One of the best in the business. A legit Cane fan right there. Man, I'm telling you.
This is what it takes.
They're trying to get me going, bro. They're trying to get me going.
$5 to get Dem Canes 01 to stop talking.
Man, I gotta say though, you're opening yourself up for some back and forth, and I mean, you asked for it. You asked for it, man. JYM Coaching, and man, I'm gonna DM you about my workout routine. I'm really looking forward to that, man. And I appreciate everything you said to me and hanging out and everything, bro. Thank you so much for the 20. Appreciate you, man. Steve also coming through with the 5. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, man. Rashada was always a Gator, bro. Listen to Manny Navarro. The only reason he committed was because of Ruiz, the Miami Immortals in Las Vegas, but him. And I'm not disagreeing with you. Rashada always favored Florida. And a lot of people thought that he would end up flipping to Florida anyways. I agree. But what I'm saying is if let's say Miami had only lost to Texas A&M at this point, and Miami had a good showing against Florida State, and Miami was averaging 35 or 40 points per game, Rashada might stay. I'm a huge fan of Emory, and I say next man up, we will be okay. But I'm just saying you have to be careful because we're starting to see the consequences of us having such a bad 2022 season. So see, I agree with you. I agree with you, man. Jeez Louise.
This is what it takes.
Like, how did it even turn into that?
On the side of your helmet.
Co-op, it all starts with accountability. We have to hold the players and the coaching staff accountable for the trash they put out every week.
Bingo. And you have to understand that locker room, man, the coaching staff, they are heated. You know, there's a reason why Josh Gaddis walked into the locker room and said, this is the worst team I've ever coached. Now, is it also, do people need to point the finger at him? Yes, they absolutely do. But I'm just saying. LOL 305 coming through with the 50. I agree, man. I agree. I will sit you atop your throne, bro. Guys, we can disagree. See, some of you are going to agree with my standpoint. Some of you are going to disagree. And that's perfectly okay. But don't question someone's fandom. Bro, I will go in and I will go into a full-on verbal assault if you are going to question someone's level of fandom. These guys that are in my chat right now that say they're Canes fans are diehard ride or die Canes fans, whether they have the same opinion as me or not. Period. I don't question it. LOL 305 for real, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. I'm not gonna dive any more into it, man. Block me, whatever. I'm not going to. No, I'm not gonna block you. You're good, bro. You're good. That's the end of it. I'm not putting negativity out there. You have to. I'm just not with your negative energy at times, putting things out there to the atmosphere. No, bro, but here's the thing, though. It can't all be positive. Do you agree with that or no? And then I can't continue this conversation. It can't literally all be positive. If you expect someone to come up here week in and week out, and I won't say something that's going to hurt the program, but like I said, you have to come up here sometimes and be honest. Do you expect me to come up here and say 4-5 is an amazing record and we are the best team in college football right now? Is that what I'm supposed to say? Now you're going to say, oh, Coop, well, you're going off the deep end. I don't mean that. Do you? You have to be honest and realistic at times. It's the same people who are going to come out and say 12-0 next year. Same people that said 12-0 this year, national championship. There are people that call them not fans, even though it's actually being more of a homer. I'm just saying there are people that say, no, then that's just complete blind loyalty. That's why we are where we are. Why we are where we are. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I stopped at Buc-ee's. I stopped at every Buc-ee's on the way, man. Keep the negativity away from the program. We are just being realistic. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm done with that conversation, man. I'm done with it. I am taking phone calls. Let's shift this thing, man. There is just bad energy overall, and I knew that it could get like this. Sunday, I'm not holding back. I just want you guys to know, Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time, I'm not holding back. I'm not diving into it, man. I'm not diving into it. They see the product on the field. Here's the thing. I want to end on a positive note with this conversation. You don't even know this, man. I talked to so many recruits while I was down in South Florida. They were all high-fiving me. They know what's up. Trust me, they know. I talked to 10 or 15 recruits while I was down in South Florida. I talked to Jaden Wayne's dad. He might even be in the chat right now. You know what Jaden Wayne's dad told me? If you guys don't know who Jaden Wayne is, 4-star defensive end, right now, 2023 class for the Miami Hurricanes. Jaden Wayne's dad said, we watch your channel, Coop. We love your videos. And he told me Jaden Wayne is more locked in than ever. He said the Florida State loss didn't faze him. He said, he wants to be a Cane, ride or die. He's committed no matter what. So that is very, very good to hear because there are a lot of guys in this 2023 class that are diehard Miami Hurricanes fans that are all in no matter what, man. And see, that's my point, Dim Canes, is nothing is going to change that. The guys that are locked in, if they're guys that are going to flip, they're going to do it. We're 4-5, man. The guys that are locked in, the guys that want to be Miami Hurricanes are going to be Miami Hurricanes. I'm not disagreeing with you, bro. Like I said, you're more than welcome here. More than welcome here. So let me get the phone line open up. Let's do this thing, man. Let's ship this thing. Jordan's chomping at the bit. Everybody, I don't even care what we talk about. We don't even have to talk about the Georgia Tech game. Nobody even cares about it. It's fine. Let me get the phone line open up. We can talk about whatever.
This is what it takes
and that's the thing.
to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Hey, man.
Co-op, how much did those recruit love the pack house?
Listen, LOL 305. First off, thank you for the 10. They loved it. The thing is, yes, we didn't have a good final outcome. We got our doors blown off 45-3, but the recruits saw the potential, what it can be. And, you guys know that I always say, hey, Les, met me at the FSU game with Flo. Man, that tailgate was lit, man. That tailgate was something else. Hey, now be careful with the spam for real. Florida State fans, you can come in and talk your trash. Just, I ask that you do not spam. At least give it some time, okay? Give it some time. Just don't spam, all right? But the recruits loved it. The recruits were able to see what it potentially could be. And you guys know that I don't like the pitch, come be the difference. But I also have to understand the reality of the situation, like I always say. And they do want to come be the difference. Basically, right now, the pitch is kind of, I hate to say this, the pitch is a lot of these guys are going to be on their way out. I'm not going to sit here and name specific names. I want these guys to succeed and hope they stay here and do better. But a lot of these guys are on their way out. You're going to come in and get potentially instant playing time. Come be the difference. And they saw that if they do come be the difference, what it could lead to. I'm not saying David, you're not looking at the grand scheme of things. You're not thinking outside the box. There was nothing good about the Florida State loss. I'm saying that they saw the potential. Bro, I literally talked to the recruits. This is where I always say I don't typically boast about this stuff. I don't typically put it out there on my channel. I talked to multiple recruits while I was down there. And they could be lying right to my face. Sure, they could be. But all those guys said, we're locked in, Coop. We're locked in, man. We're Canes, no matter what. And I'm with it. I'm with it, man. Hey, Bobby, you just missed me going off, bro. I'm trying to save it for Sunday, Bobby, but I couldn't help it. I went off on a tangent to the point that we've dropped the Georgia Tech game, and we're just going to open the phone line and say screw it. Seriously. I thought there was something I wanted to say. We'll talk about the stuff on Sunday. Because, I was talking about how the other night, whenever we were in that space and we were talking to Malik Rozier and Brevin Jordan, and Brevin Jordan re-emphasized, because people asked Brevin, they said, yo, you took visits to multiple schools. You had a lot of guys that wanted you, or a lot of places that wanted you. You saw Miami didn't have top of the top facilities. You saw...
How bad is Miami compared to a school like WVU? I feel like you guys have it much better than a lot of schools out there and have at least hope.
I mean, see, that's the thing. Juke City, I think I pronounced that correctly. Thank you so much for the 5, my man. That's the thing with Miami, is there always is that little bit of hope. Like you look at some of these other schools and it's like, man, nothing is ever going to come of this. Like, we're never going to be at the top, possibly never have been, definitely never will get back. Miami, there's always that hope, man. Even when we're fully down and out, that hope is still there. Thank you so much for the 5, man. I do think we're in better shape long-term than West Virginia, for sure. We better be. Better be, man. But, yeah, Brevin said that the most important thing to him was immediate playtime. He said that, there were other schools. The thing is guys don't want to come ride the bench for 2 to 3 years. Even if they're going to win national championships, does that ring on your finger really feel that good if you didn't play a single down? Think about it. Like, oh, man, yo, listen, bro. I went to Alabama, and we won 2 national championships while I was there. And then they're like, okay, okay, what part did you play? Well, I mean, I didn't play, but I got the ring. These guys want to come in and they want to play now, man. They don't want to ride the bench for 2 to 3 seasons. And with this era of transfer portal and guys just bouncing around, these guys are going to be able to come in and they're going to get to play, man. So if we can finish with the top 10 recruiting class, I will be ecstatic. Honestly. Do you watch the basketball? Dim Canes 01. I want to try to get into the basketball a little bit, but I'm not super familiar with it. So I'm curious at how good the basketball team can be this year. I know the women's have the Cadet. I don't even remember the Twins. Everybody's watching the women's basketball, men's basketball. I think it's supposed to be pretty good. I think so. Let's get the phone line open up, man. 865-229-4131. I still need to get score predictions from you guys for the Georgia Tech game if you want to be entered to win the $500. But we can talk about whatever after that. And again, just do not forget, guys, I feel bad for holding back tonight, but Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time is the late night Real Talk stream. I'll give you guys a little bit of insight on the conversations I had with Brett Romberg and John Beeson and those guys. I'll give you a little bit of insight. I actually have some updates about the facility that they are building, how much it costs, how big it's going to be, an actual time frame of when it's going to be finished and when they're going to break ground on it. I have some insight into the locker room and how some specific guys are feeling, some transfer stuff. We are diving in on Sunday night. But I'm really trying to talk about the game if I can. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the phone line open up, man. Let's get it rocking. Didn't take long, man. Jorn.
What's going on, Coop?
Jorn, hold me back. I need to shift my mindset here, Jorn. Listen, Jorn, I'm not kidding. I almost lost it.
Well, I completely understand if you paid attention to what I've been saying this week.
I have. I've seen it. I've seen the comments. People think because I don't reply that I don't see them. I read them all, Jorn. All of them.
Oh, I know. Hey, look. First, I want to start the call with Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Appreciate what y'all done and what you're doing. Thank y'all so much. Hope you had a great day. But yeah, I told myself I want to talk about the Georgia Tech game because Sunday night, I know I've said it, but you know, I'm probably going to piss some people off, and I really don't care because I am sick and damn tired of what these Canes fans are saying, and I'm going to leave it at that. Okay.
That's Sunday is going to be. I want everyone to not hold back. You can say whatever you want to say. We can argue. We can disagree. And see, I want people to handle it like this, though, Jordan. The way that I was with Dim Canes 01 in the chat. Yes, we went back and forth for a few minutes. I don't hate the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Miami Hurricanes fan. Even if he hated my guts after that little conversation, that little back and forth, it's fine. But I'm not going to block him. I consider him a family member. It's fine. I don't know why people can't disagree anymore without just, well, I'm blocking you.
Well, you know, it's like I said a second ago. I mean, it's okay to disagree, but don't question loyalty.
Yeah.
Especially because, you know, I went off on that a couple of weeks ago in your call-in show about these aristocratic fans that, you know, think they're better than us just because they go to a game. But I'm bringing it back down. Let's bring it down. Okay, so, but no, and don't get me wrong. I'm not coming into Sunday night pissed off. I have my opinions, and I don't really care if it upsets anybody or not. But anyway, so let's talk about Georgia Tech, shall we?
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. I think a lot of people forget there's a game tomorrow. That's not me joking when I say that. I really think a lot of people are like, oh, wait, there's a game.
Yeah. So the one thing that really sticks out in my mind above anything else is Georgia Tech scored 16 points against Florida State at Tallahassee. And they only gave up 41. Okay. I don't like to get into the numbers too much, but I mean that score kind of tells you everything. We mustered a 3.
And also don't forget that they did beat Duke.
Yeah.
It's also weird because they had a close game against Virginia, but they ended up losing it. Even though we won, though, remember it was also a close game.
Right. But again, we got to get the ball in the end zone, dude. I don't know how we're going to do it. I mean, I don't know if Borregales can run a fake or if Lou can run a fake. I don't know. You know, it's no secret. Things are in shambles right now. I mean, it's just one of those things that, you know, based on what I've seen this season, and I hate to say it, but from what I've seen, we have regressed instead of progress.
And I think for me, that's what frustrates me the most right now. And it's why even I'm a little bit on edge because even though I react and vent about it, I'm typically a pretty positive guy, you know? But like, what I'm worried about is we need to see something that we can kind of build off of going into 2023. And that's why I was even rolling back to the recruiting class. Those recruits need to see like we might have a little bit of momentum kind of wrapping up the season. And I feel like we need that.
And again, I don't want to tie up the talk for tomorrow's game. We got Sunday night to talk about that stuff. But I just, like I said, I talked about earlier in one of my videos that my head says one thing and my heart says another. And with the way the season's going, I'm going to have to go with my head. I know we don't have the spoopy cam.
Wait. We have a new cam, Jorn.
Oh, we do.
We have a new cam. You ready?
Okay.
The
Premier
Cane Cam. The
Cam. I love it, baby. Love it.
Here we go.
Love it. Do it. Oh, yeah, baby. I like that.
We got the flags. You know, we'll spruce it up over the next couple days, you know.
You know, I think you're kind of almost infringing on my trademark.
Ooh,
title.
That's true. Kane with
but
the
that's
camera.
Okay. But
You're
that's
right.
okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to let you have it, dude.
If I don't have a lawyer, by the way, so please don't sue me.
Hey, one quick thing. How you like that black and white video? That freak you out or what?
Well, I thought, did you do that on purpose or no?
Yeah, I did on purpose.
Because I was going to say, I kind of like that look, to be honest with you.
I'm like, hey, why not? I would just sit on the patio chilling and like, what the hell? But anyway, so we're on the Cane Cam.
Yep.
All right, so put me down for Georgia Tech 21, Miami 10.
So you got Miami scoring 10 the same as me.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going with my head. Now, my heart says Miami's going to beat them. You know, I always feel that way. But things are in a mess right now. I hope they get it together. I really do. I want to be wrong. I want to be so wrong. I want people to say, dang it, Jordan, you're a friggin' idiot, dude. You don't know what you're talking about. That's what I want. But I think this season everybody's cashed out, dude. They packed it in, bro.
Yeah, and it's understandable. Like I said, this is another scenario where it's not being negative. It's just what has Miami shown us to make us believe that they can put up more than 10 points?
Exactly.
Like just being realistic, honestly.
Exactly.
But like you said, I also hope I'm wrong. I'd love Miami to come out and run the score up and it be 45-3 or something. That'd be whoa.
You know.
Why did I say that?
I don't know. But anyway, so look, if I am right, is Bobby paying attention? I'm about to do something.
He's here.
All right. So if I'm right, God, I hope I'm not, but if I'm right, I want to split the winnings with the next two callers.
Next two. Okay. I'm making note of it. Oh, you know, the phone line's about to blow up, Jordan.
That's good. I see we got, 146 people in the chat? That's good.
It's going to, it's probably because I started screaming and yelling and,
oh, shoot,
you know.
You ain't seen nothing yet. I'm going to try to stay calm Sunday, but, it is what it is, bro.
All right, I got you, Dan Jordan, 21-10. Georgia Tech victory. Didn't want to predict it, but he's going with his brain for this one. But if Jordan gets it right, he wants to split it up 250 to the next two callers. All right.
That's right.
All right, Jordan.
Oh, and one last thing, and I'm going to shut up. Did you do what I asked you to do the other night?
Are you talking?
You know what I'm talking about. Did you
the last thing we discussed, right?
Right. Did you do it?
I have not done it yet. The plan is to do it in the next week or two because she's sick still.
Okay, well, so, you take care of that woman, bro.
Oh, I've already
take care of her.
She already knows that's the deal, and no matter what, if I forget, she won't let me forget. So
Good. You need to take care of that woman to put up with you, buddy.
it's got to be tough, man.
All right, I'm
Jeez.
getting out of here, dude. We're gonna see you tomorrow on the show. So during the game, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell everybody, go Canes, baby.
Hey, love it. Appreciate you, Jordan.
All right, Coop. Bye.
All right, have a good night, man. All right, we're going to open it right back up, 4 and 5 with the top 10 class. And that is awesome, Dim Canes, isn't it? To, again, imagine, again, if Mario can, like, I know everybody wants to talk about the Rashada flip, but we're still number 9 in the country right now. For me, what's most important, I forgot to mention this. What's most important for me is some of the, we need to make sure we keep these big offensive linemen. That's what we need to make sure that, hold on, sorry. I had this. Hold up. Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. The person who is watching, yes, we will definitely link up and talk. And I realize I'm being very vague and it seems secretive right now, guys. But do not worry, I'm not revealing any information that is not allowed to be revealed. And I hope you would know that you could trust me to not do that, by the way. So, you're in good hands. Don't worry about that. But I got your text. Man. But for me, I really want to make sure that we hold on to those big offensive linemen. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm getting off track a little bit again, and I want to talk about this Sunday. Do you guys think that Josh Gaddis is here in 2023? Yes or no? I'm not even being positive or negative. I'm literally just asking you, do you think Josh Gaddis is here next year? I'm not asking, do you want him to be? See, pay attention to how I'm wording this. Do you think he will be? Yes or no? Not do you want him to be, do you think he will be retained? Because, and I'll go ahead and give you my answer. I've already made this known. I believe that he will be unless he wants to leave. Again, I think that Mario wants consistency and stability, and I think that part of the argument is going to be, now listen, do not take this out of context. I'm not making excuses for Gaddis. But I'm just saying that I think that from Mario's point of view, through Mario's eyes, Mario is going to say, well, we didn't have all the players buying in to Josh Gaddis's scheme and what all we had going on offensively. He's going to say we didn't have the right player personnel, even though I know that maybe Gaddis should have tweaked his game plan a little bit, tailored it around the strengths of our players, but that's just another thing we're going to look at. Also, 4 OCs in like 5 years. We can't continue to just play this little lottery where we just try to bring in the next big guy and hope it's a fit and we just take off and it just works, right? So I think that he is here next year unless he can't take the heat or he gets an offer to go somewhere else. He's unhappy. He decides to leave. Now, I think Mario's going to get in his butt a little bit, and I think Mario's going to be like, okay, listen up. But I could be wrong. What do you guys have to say? Let me see. LOL 305 says he's here next year. Ravello says yes, but on a short leash. Jordan says yes. Rocky Top Kane said hope no. Thank you, Zartane. We do need that. LOL 305 next year. Caden says yes. I'm just gauging the community. Workforce says yes. What else do we got? LM says yes. He'll probably still be here, but his success will depend on our recruiting class because, I think that most people are looking at Gaddis when we're talking about the Rashada flip. Whether you want to argue that he wanted to go to Florida or not, like I said, if we had a strong showing offensively this season, there's a chance Rashada still stays. When it comes to money-related stuff, that's not a big deal. We can handle business when it comes to that. But I think all eyes are looking at Gaddis when it comes to that. Bobby says yes. Okay. I just want to see where you guys stand on that. Brandon says Gaddis got to go, but do you think he'll be retained? That's my question. Dim Kane says Mario keeps him. Okay. Let's get the phone line open back up. Let's open this thing back up. Guys, don't forget the $500 score prediction contest is active right now. Call in, give your score prediction for Georgia Tech. If you get it right, you win $500 cash, man. No questions asked. Let's see. Rocky Top Kane, what's up, man?
Oh, not a whole lot. How's your night going so far?
It's going good. Things have simmered down a little bit. We're settled in. You know, my blood pressure has slowly went down, so I'm feeling a little bit better.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, today, being Veterans Day, I've been able to eat some food for free and get a free haircut and all. So it's been a good day on that note.
Hey, well, listen, my friend. Before we get any deeper into this conversation, thank you so very much for everything. Thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for your service, and same to everyone else in the chat who might be active military or a veteran. We truly appreciate you guys more than I could put into words. I mean that.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I was saying, before I got to this weekend's game, I understand where, the passion and, the want or the need for loyalty and for, for dedication to Miami by these recruits. And once you commit, you have to stay committed all the way through. But one thing we need to remember is we as fans have zero on the line. Mm-hmm. Our livelihood, our careers, our futures, none of that is at jeopardy. None of that's on the line. None of that could be seriously jeopardized by the decision that they make. So we have to remember that we have nothing. We have no chips in this. I mean, we have nothing in it. So when these players make these decisions, they have to decide where do I need to go that will help me get to the league. Where am I going to go where they can help me become a first-round draft pick or a second-round draft pick?
See, and what I love is I was trying to be level-headed, but I kind of blew up, and you were able to word it in a way that I wanted to. And see, that's what I think that fans don't realize is no matter what, we want every guy because we're Canes fans. But again, people struggle, and I get it. It's not easy to do. People struggle to put themselves in someone else's shoes and look at this thing from their point of view. And that's why everyone blew up all of a sudden when I said I don't necessarily blame Rashada for flipping. But that's Coop setting his Canes pride aside and trying to look at it from Rashada's point of view.
Yeah.
But you said it much better than I did.
So and you have to make sure not only it's one thing committing to a program, but it's just as importantly it's committing to the right scheme. You're not RG3 trying to get into a pro passing offense because that doesn't fit your skill set. Mm-hmm. You're not a tight end, a receiving tight end going to a school where you're only going to be blocking for 3 years and not running any routes to catch any passes. Mm-hmm. So you have to make sure you're in the right position to look the best you can for those scouts when they come out there to watch you play, or when you're on television. You have to make sure that you're in the right fitting scheme. And, right now, I don't even know if there even really is a scheme right now with Josh Gaddis. I mean, because you look at every game and it's like they're just trying to plug and fit, see what, this might work. Okay, let's run this to death. And then, it doesn't work anymore. Okay, let's try this. Mm-hmm. So, and that's why I think I honestly think that both Garcia and TVD are gone after this year.
Ooh, okay.
I think Garcia needs a fresh start. His name has become mud now, just in that short period of time this season. And I think his confidence might be shot. So I think he just needs a restart and maybe go into an area where they're not quite familiar with him, so they're not booing him as soon as he walks out the gate. And TVD, man, his draft stocks plummeted so fast this season. It's crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if he maybe even rejoined Lashley at SMU. I don't know what their quarterback situation is, but, Lashley got a lot out of him, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to rejoin Lashley and try to regain what he had last year toward the end of the season.
I mean, that's a fair prediction and understandable, right?
So the only thing that leaves us with Rashada decommitting is now that leaves us with Emory Williams, who may or may not be a project, who may or may not be about a year or two away, and Brown, and that's it. Because I don't even know what year Matoka's in, but I don't see him ever stepping on the field as a starter.
Right.
So if those two people leave, then they definitely need to sign at least two more quarterbacks to try to give Brown some real competition. And I would say at least one from the portal with some playing experience on the college level.
Yeah, and that seems to be a popular point of view, is a lot of people saying potentially looking to the transfer portal for a guy with some experience, come in, make an immediate impact, and kind of mentor like Jakari and Emory and stuff. But again, it's all just assuming, right? Because since we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But I mean, I could see it happening.
Brown could be the next great quarterback, but the problem is he's had like a dozen snaps, and he hasn't got. I mean, he's not like he went out there and threw for 100% completion. So we don't really know what we have in Brown yet. So he definitely, they always, there's the saying that we like to use with the Miami fan base law is iron sharpens iron. Well, if those two guys leave, we need more iron to sharpen the iron that we have.
Right, I agree.
So, but yeah, I unfortunately, I don't know. I don't think Miami wins another game this year. And the sad part about it is we're talking about if they do lose the last three games, this will be the worst record that they've had since Lou Saban, which was the coach right before Howard Schnellenberger, when they almost completely shut down the program. There hasn't been a worse record since then.
And see, that's where I wish people could understand that you can still be critical right now and hold everyone accountable, but still be optimistic about the future, because there's no denying that it's a bad look right now, right?
Yeah.
Again, just being honest.
And I'm hoping either one or two things: either Gaddis is gone or he updates his offense. I guess it kind of depends on who we're going to have at quarterback next year, and I mean, who knows who we're going to have back at running backs. I mean, there was talk about Cameron leaving, and we don't. Unfortunately, we don't know if we're ever going to see Chaney healthy for a whole season. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, so who knows? Yeah,
I would have liked to had him this year, but I don't think with Gaddis, just personally. I mean, how often do you see OCs just completely change up their offense? Like, so I mean, I don't know, man.
I just, it's the thing is, that's the thing I've said since the beginning is that great coaches find ways to fit their scheme, whatever offense or defense, to their personnel. That's what great coaches do, and that's why I mean, I know everybody hates this comparison, but look at the team that's been on the top of the mountain for the last like 15 years. If you look at their offense that they were running the first time they won a championship to the one that they ran last year against Georgia, it's night and day different. You have to adapt to the times, otherwise you just fade away into obscurity. Because I mean, what they ran with, like McElroy, is definitely not the same offense they're running with Young.
Right.
So, then I guess just to get real quick to my prediction.
Yeah, let's get it. Let me swap over to the Kane Cam. Let's hear it, man. I'm ready for it.
Like I said, I don't pick them. I don't see them winning another one. So I'm gonna go with, I guess, Georgia Tech 24-12.
Said 24-12.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe this is what we need. Maybe for all the superstitious people in the chat, maybe we needed all the Canes fans to come together and predict a loss so we can get a win tomorrow. Maybe this is what it takes.
Yeah. We can. Oh, that's right. It's called reverse psychology. So
bingo. You got it.
Reverse psychology, a win.
Yep, exactly, man.
That would be nice, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not really worried about a mass exodus of commitments. Just fleeing to other places. It does sting, especially like I said, if Garcia and TVD both go, it stings losing Rashada simply,
Yeah.
not only because he is a 4-star player, but also because that's one less person to compete with Brown, and the more competition you have, the more you're sure you have, the whoever comes out on top, you're more positive or confident that they are the person that you need to lead the team. So we if with Rashada decommitting, and if those two leave, we definitely bring in more people to push Brown to either push them to that next level to be the guy or be the guy themselves.
Yep. Well said, Rocky Top Kane 904. I got you down, my man. 24-12. Georgia Tech victory. Appreciate you for calling in tonight, man. Like I said, I'm very appreciative that you were able to word that stuff early on in the conversation in a way that I was not able to. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I have two sons, and maybe one day they'll both play football. And you know what? I've been a Hurricane fan since for me personally, since the early days of Butch Davis. I became a really big fan after the 5-6 season. But despite me being a Hurricane fan, wherever they decide if they do play football and they do go to collegiate football, wherever they decide, hopefully it's not a certain little sister university school in North Florida. But other than that, I'll be by their side no matter who they commit to.
Very fair.
So,
all right, I appreciate you calling in tonight, my man.
No problem. Have a good one.
All right, you too, bro.
Bye.
Bingo. See, man, like I said, some of you guys don't agree with that opinion, but hey, Rocky Top came backing me up saying that, hey, if Miami was looking the way they are right now, you would want your kid to go where they could succeed. You're thinking about their future. You would set that stuff to the... Anyways, I'm just saying. DJ says, I don't see a W. It's tough for anybody to see a W, right? We have hit rock bottom. I don't think we've quite hit rock bottom just yet, but we're getting close. I do think we're getting close, and people are going to think I'm using this as an excuse. Here come the Florida fans. Here come the Florida State fans. But this is literally what I did my walking and venting on last week, and I said I think it all needs to crumble and burn. And I'm not saying that losing is the solution, because the more you continue to lose, the more it creates arguments and disconnects and, lots of other issues. So winning is typically the best case scenario. That's usually the solution when everything else takes care of itself, right? But I do feel like that we have to weed out who really wants to stick around for this thing. I'm talking both players and coaches. And whatever it takes for that to happen at this point, let it happen, bro. Honestly. I said we're already 4-5. I'm not saying I want to lose, because I'm not that kind of person. But I'm just saying whatever needs to happen so we can rise from the ashes and fully actually truly build this thing, then let it happen. Let it be, man. So Mario will 1,000% get this program back and rolling again. And I am still confident in Mario. Like I said, the guy has suited up as a Miami Hurricane. That Florida State game had to hurt Mario, right? That had to hurt, because he knew what that game meant. And you have to understand that there are some players on the team that don't truly know what that game meant. Think about it. I'm just saying. Let's get the phone line open back up. Make sure no matter what you want to discuss tonight, guys, if you want to discuss Rashada, you want to talk about, anything with the Miami Hurricanes, make sure you end with giving your score prediction, because that's how you're entered to win the $500. So do not forget that. I'm trying to figure out, my phone is blowing up, bro. Like, did something happen? Or, I'm not trying to just, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to figure out, my phone is blowing up. Let me check Twitter. Is something happening, or am I missing something? I don't see anything. Okay, I'm just making sure, there wasn't, something. I agree, Rocky Top Kane. I agree, and that's something that I think Mario is working on changes. When we're talking about the culture and stuff, that is something. Again, everyone, it's a dirty word. It does take a little bit of time. Again, whenever I heard some of the things I've heard that we've been dealing with over the last 5 to 10 years, there is no way it would be just like this. There is no freaking way that we could turn this thing around, and no amount of money would turn this thing around in 1 year. We are so far behind when it comes to the big time programs, not even just the big time programs, even some of the lesser programs. Guys, we were literally in the Stone Age. Do you guys understand that? Like, there are zero excuses, but I don't have $1 billion to pump into the program. We were so far behind. It's going to take a little bit of time, and it sucks. Oh, it sucks. But it's just, again, it's reality. It's facts. And like I said, that's why I think in a way we kind of needed some of this. I really think, and there's stuff, I hate to be that guy. You guys do not understand how much I hate being that guy. But there is stuff I cannot tell you right now. There is stuff that I am literally not allowed to say from conversations that I had while I don't want to be that guy. I'm not saying it like I'm some kind of cool guy. You know, like how people will be like, man, I talked to this guy, or man, I talked to this dude. It's just, it opened my eyes. Like, I did not fully understand. I really didn't. I thought I did, but I didn't. I didn't understand. I'm opening the phone line back up. I did not even know. Yo, what's going on, Brandon?
Yo, what's up, dude?
What's up? How you doing tonight?
Hey, man.
This is what it take.
I'm doing all right. Let me let it
So
read
are
down
you.
DJ's donation
sorry
real quick,
you're
and then we'll
helping.
get right in it.
Co-op. The best part of the Miami FSU was when everyone was pumped and the start of the game.
Oh gosh, I know, DJ. The environment was lit. But before kickoff, man, it was the greatest thing ever. And I've been to Neyland Stadium. But it was wild, man. It was jam packed. Everybody was hype. It was great, man. It was great. And then literally, like I said, Jordan Travis threw that bomb, and you could have heard a pin drop in there. Like, it was rough, man. Appreciate the 5, DJ. Thank you, man. This is Brandon, correct?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. I've been trying to save everybody's number, and sometimes I end up flipping them, and people are like, "No, it's not me." So I'm just making sure. So what about you? I'm feeling okay. I'm still excited for tomorrow, just to see who rolls out at the quarterback position. You know, see how things go on the road. So what about you, though?
Well, see, you were at Miami, Florida State. I was at the Notre Dame Clemson game.
Oh, that's right. I think I remember you saying that you were going to go to that.
That was wild.
Boy, I bet that
That was a wild game.
You picked
when they started the field.
You picked the one to go to.
Yeah, I got on the field and all that.
Oh, you
cool.
did? Heck yeah.
Yeah. I'll send you some pictures on Twitter or whatever.
Hey, do it. Yeah, man.
I got some pictures.
If you got some, tag me or DM me. I would love to see it. Because that's that thing I tell people. People would ask me all the time, like, well, Coop, if you're a Miami fan, why did you go to a Tennessee Vols game at one point? It was a bye week, and I just kind of want to see different atmospheres. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my whole family's from South Bend, and I mean Notre Dame is probably my second team, so
I got you.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I live in South Carolina. I like going to South Carolina games.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see how other teams do it. You can feel the energy when you go to big time games, right? Like I bet that Notre Dame Clemson, I bet the hype was through the roof, wasn't it?
Oh man, every time Clemson got on offense, I kept yelling, "DJ, you suck."
Awesome.
I'm just scared that when we play Clemson at Clemson, I think they're gonna put like fucking 60 points on us.
I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's gonna get ugly. It's definitely gonna get ugly for sure.
I say we drove through Tennessee and shit. It's like a 12-hour drive no matter what, but It was definitely a good game to go to. At least Notre Dame won.
I don't know, man. Though I hate both of those teams so much. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't.
Well, yeah, no, I know. I always got Miami fans saying like, "How you like Notre Dame?" I'm like, "Well, you know, my dad's a Notre Dame fan."
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you don't know somebody's story, right? You know, so I get it. I get it. So what about this Georgia Tech game? You got any hope for Miami tomorrow? Do they score a touchdown? That's my question. Does Miami score a touchdown tomorrow?
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Something's gonna happen. We can't lay the foot off the gas. Like, this season has not been good, but man, we still have potential to be at least a bowl team.
I mean, is it possible?
We ain't been this bad since what? Last time we didn't make a bowl game was what, under like, was it Randy Shannon? Was that the last one?
Well, now depending on how this season plays out, it might be the worst record since the 70s.
Yeah, no,
like overall record.
We can't go 4-8. That's just that's as bad as damn Texas A&M's doing. And if we gave Texas A&M that game.
Yeah, like I said, I'm really hoping that we can have a little something to build off of. Like, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know when or where. Like, just as an example, right? This one's not going to happen. But imagine Miami made it a game against Clemson. My point is even if they lost it, that would be something to kind of build off of, some positivity, right? To kind of be like a glimpse of like, wait a minute, there might be something going on. Like we need something, bro. We need something.
This is what it takes.
It's college football. You never know. Anything is possible in college football.
We need our
like,
own stadium.
Everybody thinks we're like down in the dumps right now, but man, you know, there's a possibility we could go 3-0. It's unlikely, but you never know. Like,
the problem is they got to show Brandon. They got to show me something, man. Something, because when I was at that Florida State game, same thing. The reason why I predicted a win is because I said, okay, this is FSU, man. I was like, these players are going to be so hyped up, like their emotions, like this game's going to be wild. And when I looked on that sideline, I swear to you, it's not even just the fans. When Jordan Travis threw that bomb, bro, even the players were like, here we go. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but you could see it. And whenever I saw that, I was like, I can't give us another win this season. I just can't.
No, the boys got to come out. Like, I'm thinking the people that have been there, I think they're not buying into the whole new program, and that's bad. But, I mean, nobody likes to lose. I mean, you play football. I play football. Like, you don't like to lose. Even if you know you're going to lose, you can't ever go into that mindset. Like, you got to think you're going to win. Like, when we played Alabama last year, I knew we was going to get our ass kicked, but damn, I thought I was definitely going to say, we're going to win. And I'm going to be that every game we play, we're going to win. It might not happen, but I'm always going to think we're going to win.
Right. But it would be a tough situation for some of the coaches to be in when you think about the fact that, and everyone hates this argument, I know, but some of these guys signed up to play for a different coaching staff. And then stay, right?
That's probably
a new coaching staff comes in. Maybe they're a little hesitant, but they decide to stay. And if they're not 100%, if they're not 100% all in, and then we come out like this, you know, with this type of record, then it's very easy for those guys to not be locked in mentally and just completely check out and not believe in this thing, you know?
I don't think I can fault the defense. I think the defense has had really good spurts, but, you know, when your defense is on the field the entire game, like, it is what it is. The offense, Josh Gaddis has got to go. He's got to go. We've never run that kind of style of offense in Miami. Like, that it's got to go. We need more passing.
Now, do you
I understand? Like, use the run game to open up the pass, but like he's just trying to bring a Big Ten style of offense, and that's not what we're about. We ain't got the offensive line for that.
So what about with the Georgia Tech game here? I'm going to kick it over to the Cane Cam. We've got a couple of predictions in here so far tonight. Both of them have been for Georgia Tech victories. Both callers were Canes fans. They don't want to be right in this one, but they're trying to be real. How does Brandon feel about this one? This is at Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta.
I'm going to go 27-24 us.
27,
I
24.
would never predict us losing.
I'm
gonna do that.
Brandon, and I am not being negative, Brandon. I need everyone to understand I'm not being negative. But even if you were to flip that score and say it was 27-24, Miami losing 24, I would be ecstatic to score 24 points because bro, like I just need to see us put up some points. I need us to show that we can actually score, man.
No, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. There's no way. We're 13-13 with Georgia Tech. There's no way in my life that I thought we were tied with Georgia Tech in like a win-loss.
The Yellow Jackets have an interim head coach. They are rocking with I'm pretty sure Pyron's a freshman, possibly true freshman quarterback. I can't remember for sure. COVID throws everything off for me. But as far as I know, Jeff Sims might be sitting, so it might still be Pyron. Bro, like this should be a game that we should take care of business. But
no, we will. No, we're not losing tomorrow. There's no. I know I've been wrong. I've said that how many times this year, but we still got it. You're gonna have the youth of the team finally step up. We still got players. There's no reason. They just gotta play. I mean, it is what it is.
All right, Brandon, I got you locked in. 27-24 Miami victory for the $500 score prediction contest. I appreciate you calling in, my man. And even if you don't get it right, if Jordan gets it right, you were the second caller since Jordan. So if Jordan gets it, you would still win $250. So you got two chances, bro. You got two chances at this thing.
That's what's up.
Hey, you have a good night, man. I appreciate you calling.
You good, man. Hey, go Canes.
All right, peace out, man. All right, so we have our first Miami Hurricanes victory predicted tonight. And again, I still like when people can be positive and optimistic. And I am long-term. Just in this short term, in the moment right now, I'm not going to lie. It is a little hard for me to be positive and optimistic. I'm admitting it. You could see it on my face. You could probably hear it in my voice. You know? Let's get this thing open back up. Let's get some more in here. We'll try to go till about 10 p.m. tonight, guys, just to kind of give you a time frame. We'll try to be live until 10 p.m. We'll take some more phone calls. Chonley, what's up?
Coop, good.
What's up with you? How you feeling tonight?
I'm currently driving. I'm on the way to go pick up the wife from work.
Okay, so you got a quick second here to chat with us.
Yeah, I was trying to call the whole time as soon as you opened that thing up, but I guess I was too slow.
How many times did it take, roughly?
If I look at my call log, it'll probably say at least 50.
50. Okay. I mean, there's been people in triple digits, so
you
know. You're in here. You're in here, though. That's what matters.
Co-op.
That's true.
So, how you feeling about tomorrow? About Miami, Georgia Tech? Them Jackets.
I'm gonna be honest. At this point, I have absolutely no idea what this team is gonna do. I mean, I feel like they could come out tomorrow and all of a sudden have found this newfound hope for a season that just completely comes out of nowhere and comes from getting embarrassed by your in-state rivals and people you've played against most of your life. Or they come out the same way they came out most of this year and completely unmotivated, just not motivated at all or anything, and just completely disappointing.
I think that's what scares me the most is I feel like I've been saying that since like week 3 of the season. That like next week they're going to wake up and show me something. But next week I'm sure something's probably going to happen. We'll take over. Like, you know, and like I said, I'm not being negative. I'm just saying I've been hoping for that since week flipping 3, man. You know?
Yeah. Coop, you're one of the least negative people I know when it comes to this hurricane stuff. So
Apparently not.
anybody that says you're a negative person is just, I'll say it, just dumb and idiotic and clearly only look at thumbnails. They're probably the type of person that shares an article on Twitter without actually reading it. So,
Well, and I agree that I'm guilty of being dramatic, and
yeah,
I will.
The drama is what makes it fun.
Yeah, and I will vent in the moment, but people forget that like my react video for Florida State. I just sat there and watched them beat us 45-3. How can you expect me to turn on the camera and be like, guys, don't worry? No, man. Like I was super upset. Like it's an instant reaction, so I'm gonna be a little emotional. I'm gonna be in my feelings, but you have to expect that in those videos.
Exactly. I mean, we both sat there, and I mean, I only watched the first half, but from the second that touchdown happened, I was just like, yep, it's going to be one of these nights.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, it just turned into that night. And I'll say, if it wasn't for beer, I would have been a much angrier person. But the tailgate was fun because I got a little drunk off the tailgate, went into the game kind of sauced up a little bit.
Feeling good?
It was fun. Yeah, I mean, it was ultimately, it was a great experience. I had fun. I got to hang out with my brother and stuff. I got to meet you, hang out with some other people. It was great. I wish I didn't have to go through the whole airport part, but it did kind of sour me a little bit because I went through all that shit. Spent all that money just to come out and see this. So, regardless, I'm still rocking with the Canes no matter what. I'm going to still talk my stuff. I'm going to still run my mouth, say what I want. But it just, to a certain point, you got to, like, you have to set aside your, like you said, your pride and be like, okay, we got to be realistic. This is just not a very good football team right now. It's just not. Like, point blank period. That's what it is. And if people want to call me pessimistic, so what? I'm actually mostly a glass half full kind of guy. So I'm usually positive, but there's just really nothing to be positive about this team for right now, other than the recruiting classes for the next couple of years. So all you can do is look forward.
Yep, and that's why I say I realize we're in a totally different position than the players and the coaching staff. But you best believe that it's not all unicorns and rainbows right now over at the University of Miami. You know that they see the issues. You know that they're discussing it and talking about it. And I hope that all these guys are taking a look in the mirror and trying to be honest with themselves.
Oh, absolutely. And I will say, nobody has the right to say anybody is not a fan. I've seen that stuff go on Twitter where, if you don't show up to games, you're not a real fan, all that stuff. Like, shut up, man. People live all over the world. They can be a fan. If they can't get there to support the team, we buy stuff to support the team. So I can say whatever the heck I want about this team because I spend my hard-earned dollars on this team. So you can't take that away from somebody.
Yeah, and that's something I always preach. You were in the stream earlier, so you saw how I got a little riled up. Because that's my one thing. You do not know anyone else's individual circumstances. For all you know, they're taking care of a sick family member and they literally can't leave. They might not be in the best financial state to be able to afford to go to a game. Or maybe they're uncomfortable in big-time social settings like that. Like you just literally do not know. If you tell me you're a Miami fan, I am going to respect that and say you're a fan. You're family to me. I'll never understand it, man. But
yeah. Just people want to feel superior to other people in some type of way. So apparently being more of a fan is a thing. I don't really understand that.
So my man, I'm going to swap it over to the Cane Cam, formerly known as the Spoopy Cam. But unfortunately we had to retire that because we are past Halloween. Which means I have pen and paper in hand and I'm looking for a score prediction from you.
Okay. Well, I'll start off by saying this. Happy Veterans Day to any other veterans out there. And if the Canes want to do something nice, get me a Veterans Day gift. Get me a win. That's all I want. Just get me a win. So you know what? I'll go I think Andy is going to save this game. I'm going to go probably late fourth quarter field goal, 24-21 Canes.
24-21. Man, if we put up 24 points, I will be the happiest Miami fan on planet Earth. Let me
so
tell
sad
you.
to say, but it's just...
Oh, man. So, all right. Miami Hurricanes victory. We're 50-50 right now. 50-50. And I do want to say, my man, again, thank you for your service, for the sacrifices that you made. People who serve in the military, whatever branch, whatever it is they do, it still, in my opinion, do not get enough credit. I think people forget about, how free we are to be able to watch college football, to do these call-in shows, to do what we do because we have people out there fighting for freedom and protecting us. So from the bottom of my heart, man, thank you. And I truly mean that.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, this show is one of the things that really got me through those last couple of years that I was in. It was not a good time, and I've got my own gripes with the Navy and things like that, and rightfully so, but I'm still grateful for the experience, and it's still a part of my life, and it gave me a lot of things that I have today. And I just, I see other people do it, and I still encourage people, if you're young, I'm not telling you what to do or that you should or have to join the military, but I'll just say I had no plans after high school, and I did it, and I'm grateful to this day that I did. So,
This is what it takes.
I turned out all right. So,
On the side of your
yeah,
head.
man, I appreciate
Canes,
it, and
Coop.
keep
Go
doing your thing.
Canes.
The show, it's great. I love it. I'll definitely be tuning in more and more. So, yeah, man, keep doing your thing.
Well, hey, I know we only got to talk briefly for maybe like half a quarter or so when we were hanging out outside during halftime there, but I'd say you turned out all right as well, man. So now let me ask you, I know some people in the chat don't know what I'm referring to, but do you want me to change your name that I have saved for you in my contacts to your YouTube name?
Honestly, I don't really care.
Okay. It's just because I
If you
addressed
have
you
a
as that
second-
because that's what I have you saved as in my contact list. It literally takes me 2 seconds to change that after the stream.
No, it's fine. It was just real quick. It was a funny thing. Slim Jim follows me on Twitter, and I followed Slim Jim on Twitter, and they were giving out meat nicknames, and I just happened to go on there because I was bored one day, and I got the nickname Moonlight Meat from Slim Jim Twitter account. So I changed like my Xbox gamer tag, like a bunch of stuff to that because I just thought it was hilarious, and well, I got it from Slim Jim, so it's just funny.
That's
But
awesome.
no, you can keep it by my first name. It's cool.
All right, cool. All right, well, I appreciate you calling in, man, and stay safe, and I hope that your prediction is right and mine is wrong.
Absolutely, brother. You keep doing your thing, man.
All right, appreciate you, bro.
Yep, take it easy, bro.
Bye-bye. Yo, we got Hoodie Girl, a.k.a. Melissa, in the building. And yes, I did that the right way. She is Hoodie Girl, also possibly known as Melissa, not the other way around. Rocky Top K904, appreciate you calling in tonight, man. Yeah, Melissa, you did miss the fireworks. I was literally, Melissa, I tried to keep myself calm, cool, and collected, and no less than 10 minutes into this stream, I completely blew up. And I ended up cutting myself off. Some people calmed me down, but I actually think that was probably the most upset I've ever been on a Friday night call-in show. I think it's a combination of all the frustrations with being a Miami fan right now, and then some things got said, and there were some very heated conversations, and I just lost it. I got to give some shout-outs to my man DJ coming through with multiple. Let's see. He had the 5. Yep, DJ with the 5. Best part of the game was when we were pumped before kickoff. Such a lit atmosphere, man. DJ coming through with another 5 after that, and he says, we need our own stadium. Appreciate you, DJ. And DJ with the 2 says, save the season, Coop. I don't know what more I can do, DJ, I'm pumping out the content. We're trying to put our head down and keep grinding and keep the hype up there, but it's been an uphill battle, DJ. It's been tough sledding, my man. Thank you for loving the support tonight. Mike coming through with the 10. He says, go Canes. Coop, go Canes. Appreciate you, Mike. I love still seeing the go Canes, man, because, again, Miami's 4-5. We're playing a 4-5 Georgia Tech tomorrow. And you know what I'm going to do as soon as I go live tomorrow afternoon for the game? Are you guys still wearing the gear? I'm still wearing it. I didn't take all my Miami stuff and throw it in the trash. If the sink is going to ship, listen to me. If the ship is going to sink, I'm going down with it. I'm serious. I'm not even playing. Appreciate you, Mike. Brandon Frick coming through. Just don't forget to respond to my DM, Brandon, because I got you, man. I got to get that free t-shirt out to you. Win or lose, it's still great to be a Miami Hurricane. I agree, man. It is. I agree. I'd still rather be a Hurricane than a dirty, stinky, smelly, no good. Let me stop there. Let's get the phone line open back up. DJ, what was it you said? Not this DJ, but a different DJ. Did Coop say any dirty words? I did not, but Cypher, there's going to be no holding back on Sunday. Sunday, that entire stream will be drama. I'm literally going to call it late night real talk drama. Drama. I'm going to put drama in the title 3 times just to emphasize how much it's going to be all drama. And I don't normally do that, but I think it's time. I think it's time that we air it out and we get everything off of our chest and everyone can be open no matter how negative it is. And we'll just open it up for discussion, man. We'll put it all that on the table. That's what we're going to do on Sunday. Yeah, Melissa had an awesome tailgate. I stopped by Miami Flow's tailgate. There were a bunch of tailgates I stopped at, man. Ton of tailgates.
On the side of your helmet.
What's good, Co-op? It was cool meeting up.
Hey, Jackson Porter. Jackson was actually hanging out outside after half with me, Moonlight Meat, David, Bryce, and I think one other. I might be missing one other person. But hey, Jackson, appreciate you coming up to me, saying what's up, man. It was a pleasure meeting you. Really, really awesome dude. Die-hard Miami fan. Thank you, Jackson. I appreciate the support, bro. And did I give a shout out to Doodoo earlier? I hope I said what's up to Doodoo, man, because Doodoo met me at Caneswear. Really freaking cool dude. Is Doodoo still here? Let me see. I hope Doodoo's still in the building, man. Doodoo, can I tell you something? I'm not trying to make you blush or anything, Doodoo, but you were just a really freaking cool dude. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like that Doodoo in the chat is one of those dudes that I could just hang out with. I could be like, yo, Doodoo, and he'd be like, yo, Coop, and I'd be like, yo, Doodoo, you want to go chill? And he'd be like, yo, Coop, let's chill, bro. Like, and you know what I mean? Maybe fire up some Call of Duty or something, and we're just chilling, just vibing. Yeah, man. Doodoo's a cool dude. What's up, Lonzel? Greg said, I actually told my wife that if I die first, I want to be buried in all my Canes gear. Even if we go 0-12 for 5 straight seasons, that is still what I want. You know, Greg, I might need to add that to my will. That's you know what I mean? All the Canes gear, like, yeah, man. That's Die Hard right there, Greg. That's Die Hard for real. Let's get this thing open back up, man. Let's go. Yeah, man, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere, ever. I don't run. I don't hide. I don't delete videos. I don't remove comments. I'm here, man. I'm here. I do not care. I'm here. Phone line's open back up. It's open back up. We're going to take a few more. That dude, Kyle, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Coop? How's it going, man?
We're chilling. We're vibing. We're trying to keep the blood pressure low, you know?
Well, unfortunately for me, that's not going to happen, man, because this is literally the worst Miami Hurricanes team that I've ever seen in my life. And I mean that. I mean that, bro. I mean that. And it's hard to say, man, because I bleed orange and green, man.
I know you do.
Oh, man. But
This is what it take.
So let me ask you
To wear
this.
the U
I'm gonna let it
on
read
a
out
sorry
D'Lo's
little
message
helmet.
here real quick, and I got a
Wood
question
up
for you.
co-op. I'll be at the game
Okay.
tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to anything. I just want to see the mess we got, lol.
all right, shoot, man.
All right, D'Lo. I just wanted to let it read out his message there real quick before I ask you. Thank you for the 5, D'Lo. I appreciate you, bro. Oh man, that actually made me laugh. So my question here is, you know, as you said, worst Miami Hurricanes team ever, super frustrated. With all that being said, are you still optimistic about the future? Can you find any positives when looking ahead at Miami into 2023, 2024, etc.?
Yes. I mean, the 2023 class is still top tier, so I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic about that. I mean, even my pops will tell you, and my pops, you know, he bleeds orange and green too, and I'm so frustrated that. Look, I'm not going to say that I'm going to give up on Mario just yet, but you know, my pops, he said, just wait. You know, the first year is going to be a struggle, but next year is going to be better. I hope so. I hope my pops is right. But the 2023 class, it should be a lot better. Be a lot better.
We're hopeful, right? I mean, if it actually does end up being a top 10 class, I mean that's a positive, right? I mean, we got some guys, especially my point that I keep making, and everyone's already said this, I get it, but the big argument here is that we're currently 4 and 5, and most of these guys are still locked in. And that's actually really important. These are guys that want to be Miami Hurricanes, and that's huge.
Right.
Because I'm not going to lie, just think of it. If you didn't truly just want to be a Cane, it'd be tough, man. To sit here and watch this team performing, like if you were going to be a skill position guy, like if you were going to be a quarterback or a wide receiver, looking at the stats right now with, what Gaddis's offense is putting up and what we're accomplishing, I'd be like, I'd be sitting down with Mario and I'd be like, so is it going to be different once I get here? Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's tough.
And we just had that decommit. He flipped to the Florida Gators, whatever his name was.
Mm-hmm. Rashada, the quarterback. Yep.
Yeah. That hurts, but I mean, we still have a pretty damn good 2023 class. So I'm optimistic about the future, but I'm skeptical. Damn it. Excuse me, Coop. I have a speech impediment.
Oh,
but,
you're fine.
I'm
you're
skeptical.
fine.
I mean, I'm skeptical about Josh Gaddis. I really am, man. I really am. He's very suspect,
It's tough to see a light at the end of the tunnel with him, at least currently, just because everyone is going to argue that, if this offense doesn't fit, then change it up a little bit to something that does fit a little better. And that's easier said than done, right? I mean, it's got to be. And a lot of these guys, these OCs have a certain type of offense they like to run. They like to approach it their way, which makes sense. But it's tough then to be like, okay, well, just give him 3 years when we have a couple more classes and we can recruit guys that fit this. Like with that pitch, it makes it tough because you're saying, well, okay, just suck it up for now. But then you also have this other side of the argument of, I've seen some people saying, I'm not naming anyone specific, I'm not taking a dump on anybody, I'm just saying they're saying that with some of these guys, like I'm talking about players, they wouldn't go succeed in any type of offense. Didn't matter where you
Right.
put them. Send them to Alabama, to some of these other places, and they don't think that they would do well. I'm not saying one way or
Right.
another. I'm just speaking on things that I'm seeing out there.
Right. Well,
What I hate, though, is I'm not going to lie. Right now, I am not a fan of Josh Gaddis. I think it's hard for anyone to say that they are. But what I hate is thinking about bringing in yet another new coordinator.
Right,
Like-
because the quarterbacks and the offense would have to learn yet another scheme, and that's what's scary to me. But
Whenever I was
Josh-
talking with Brevin Jordan last night or the night before,
right,
man, let me tell you, they did love Rhett Lashley's offense. And you want to know one of the biggest reasons why they told me that they loved it?
what?
He said it was simple. He said, honestly, we felt like we could go out there and just play ball.
I mean, Tyler Van Dyke strived in his scheme.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a first-round quarterback. When he, was in Rhett Lashley's scheme. So it's hard to argue that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is. It is. But again, like I said, like we were just talking about, the thought of bringing in another new guy and hoping we strike gold in 2023 and everything just takes off, like, I don't know, man.
Right.
I don't know. It's such a tough spot to be in. It really is.
It is, man. This is literally Coop. This is quite literally the worst Miami Hurricanes team I've ever seen.
I mean, that's fair.
Ever.
That's fair.
Ever.
This is what it takes.
Ever. And I've been a fan.
On the side of your helmet.
Look, dude, I'm gonna
I
keep it
feel
real
like
with you,
if
bro.
y'all can run the ball
I've
well
been a
versus
fan
Georgia
since,
Tech and control the game, even if it's low scoring,
like
I think
2013.
y'all win. If not, y'all lose.
This is the worst that I've seen this team. And my father, he's been, his brother was, was a professor at the University of Miami. And he says this is the worst team that he's ever seen, too. And that's saying a lot. But anyways, I'm going to hit you with my score prediction.
All right. I'm swapping over to the Kane Cam, and I'm ready when you are.
Okay, all right. This was hard for me, man. This is really hard for me because we're going up against Georgia Tech, right?
Mm-hmm.
Georgia Tech seems to always be a thorn in our side. I'm gonna say that we get the dub, 24-17. Canes get the W.
24.
And that's optimistic.
To 17, it is. Because I'm telling you, I got 20-10 Georgia Tech. I just don't. I don't know how all of a sudden we flip a switch and come up with any answers offensively. Like, I mean, now
I don't blame you, Coop.
Who comes out at the quarterback position? I mean, I
don't blame you, Coop.
I know that fans want Jakari, but I think if I'm trying to put myself in the coaching staff's position, I think that they would probably play Jake Garcia. Just because, they're talking about his confidence might be shot, but I'll say this. If you come out and start Jakari, I'm going to make a bold statement here. If you come out and start Jakari for the next 3 games, Tyler Van Dyke and Jake Garcia transfer, in my opinion. Now, I know that TVD is dealing with a little bit of an injury, but I think that if you put Jakari out there, and let's say he does decent, everyone's going to say, okay, well, we're looking at the future now. I think Jake says peace. I think TVD says I'm out.
I hope not, man, because I really have faith in TVD, man. I think he's a future first-round pick, even though he hasn't had a great season this season. I think he's a future first-round pick in the NFL. I really do. I really do. If you put him in the right scheme like Rhett Lashley did, he's going to explode. I just don't think that Josh Gaddis, put together the best plan for him. Right, you know what I mean?
But
Right.
and that's where it worries me a little when we're talking about we don't want to cycle through more OCs. Whenever I get
Right.
back to the statement of we're not going to come out, this is an extreme example. This obviously wouldn't happen, but we
Right.
wouldn't come out next year and Josh Gaddis all of a sudden runs an air raid offense. Like, it's not
Right.
going to be that different, right? He's going to have like his core system that he installs and maybe puts a couple different wrinkles in it. And we've seen him make a few adjustments throughout the season,
Right.
but nothing has really made that big of a difference, has it?
I mean,
We've not scored a touchdown in 9 quarters.
yeah. That has pissed me off, especially. Look, my uncle is the biggest Miami Hurricane fan you'll ever meet. He went to that game. He was there, Coop. So you probably saw my uncle. He left at halftime. He never does that shit.
Most did. Most left at halftime.
He left at halftime. But I'm gonna tell you, Coop. I feel good about this game. I think we're gonna get the dub. Like I said, what did I say? I have a pretty bad memory.
You said
24-17?
24-17 Miami. Correct.
Right. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I feel good about this. I think we're gonna bounce back. 24-17.
Okay.
Miami.
All right, man. That dude, Kyle, I got you officially entered into the contest. I appreciate the conversation tonight. And
Right.
I hope you're right. Hope you're right, man.
I do too, Coop. Hey, man. Hey, I really appreciate what you do, Coop, man. I watch all of your videos. Keep on doing you, man.
Hey,
Even if we're fucking 1-11.
Hey, listen, man.
0-12.
I don't run. We don't hide. We're here no matter what.
We're here.
So
we are here.
Hey, man. I appreciate you. I say it time and time again. This wouldn't be possible without people actually tuning in and listening and growing this family and community. If I was just here talking to myself, it'd be boring. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Well, go Canes. Let's get this dub against Georgia Tech, man.
Hey.
Let's go. All right.
Let's go.
Coop, take care of yourself, brother.
Hey, you have a good night, man.
You too, man.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Man, I hope y'all are right. Man, I hope y'all are right. Let me give some shout-outs to some more donos that came through while we were on the phone there, and then I'll address some stuff in the chat in case I missed anything. I tell you guys, I'm reading your comments. Like, the thing, Coop can multitask. Come on, give me a little bit of credit, y'all. I don't respond to every single one because we're doing phone calls, but I'm reading every single comment in the live chat right now. Every single one of you that put something in my head, I'm like, I can't believe he said that, bro. I'm like, are you serious right now? I'm responding in my head. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo53 coming through with the 5. He said, what up, Coop? I'll be at the game tomorrow. Not looking forward. All right, yep, D-Lo, man. Enjoy the atmosphere before kickoff. I'll just say that. Enjoy it before kickoff, man. Mayhem Matthew, the Georgia fan. Man, y'all took care of Tennessee. I'm kind of mad, Matthew. Well, I'm actually kind of mad. And I'm not a Tennessee fan, but I really thought Tennessee was going to take care of y'all. I'm not even going to play. I was dead wrong on that. Hey, Melissa, I appreciate you for tuning in and hanging out. Melissa, I would probably advise not going back and watching the beginning of the stream because it wasn't pretty. Probably not a good idea. But I appreciate it. Just don't get fired. Don't get fired, Melissa. Ellen, we got Ellen in the building. We're going to go for a few more minutes, guys. We're going to go for a few more minutes here. Mayhem Matthew came through with the 5, and he said, I feel like if y'all can run the ball well versus Georgia Tech, that's a big ask, man. Asking us to be able to successfully run the ball and control the game, even if it's low scoring, I think y'all win. If not, y'all lose. Hey, Matthew, my man, I appreciate the 5. Showing a Miami Hurricanes YouTuber some love. Appreciate you, man. TVD needs an effective O-line to give him some protection. And it is interesting, Ravello. Like I said, I am the last person to make excuses for Josh Gaddis. I sit here and scream at Josh Gaddis every Saturday afternoon. But I would just like to see, hear me out. I would like to see what the offense could look like with a healthy O-line, let me back up, a bigger, healthier O-line, some receivers that are all in. I will not dive deeper into that. I'm just going to say that. And just see it. I don't want to sacrifice the entire 2023 season to see it, but I would kind of like to just see if it would look any better or any different. There's obviously some big glaring issues with it, but there are times when you go back and watch the tape that there are guys running wide open. Sometimes I don't like some of these passing concepts and routes and stuff that he has designed, but there are some opportunities there. And it's so tough, man. I hate this. I really do. I hate being in this situation. Now, here, let me ask this then. I'm not trying to go back to being negative, but do you guys want Josh Gaddis fired? Let me gauge the community in this. If there's one thing you respond to in the chat tonight, let me know. And don't just do it instantly. Think about the fact that it will be a whole new scheme, a whole new offense coming in again. Do you want him fired, yes or no? And I think that people are going to be surprised by the answer, because what I want, honestly, is probably to see one more year of it, and then we go from there. As much as it might suck, it might bite me in the butt, and probably will. Like I said, I'm not making excuses for him. Everything this year has sucked. Let me see. Come on, hit me with it. Oh, we got a Yellow Jackets fan in here. Ayo, Coop, me and my mom made the drive up to Atlanta, and we will be there tomorrow. Hey, let's go, bro. Enjoy the atmosphere, FaZe Mace. Enjoy it, man. Let's see. I'm looking. Coop, you know he got to go. Caden, just the thought of starting over. I mean, unless we get lucky, you know, like who do we pull? TCU's OC? Like who are we bringing in? You know, we don't just have the pick of anyone that we want. This is where coaches come to kill their careers, isn't it? Think about it. This is where you come. If you want to come here and get a big time job and then have to leave and take a lesser one, this is where you go, apparently. You know, head coach to coordinator to analyst. But you're right. Lashley came in. Now, you have to remember, there were a lot of people, though, overall that were pretty upset with Lashley at times. We're looking at it because we're comparing Gaddis to Lashley. Look at it with just Lashley, and it was still better, though, overall. It definitely was. But, man, such a tough spot to be in. I'm glad I'm not the one making the call. I'll say that. I'm glad it's not me. We got C-Dog in the building. Man, if you guys missed the preview, you missed a good one. Y'all got to go check out C-Dog and check out his channel, man. I'm giving away some free wristbands to people who subscribe to C-Dog's channel. He's a Georgia Tech YouTuber. Might be the only one. I think he's probably the only one. And everyone who subscribes to C-Dog's channel and leaves a comment on his newest video is entered to win one of the Coach Coop Cane for Life wristbands. That's literally all you have to do. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subs. Let me see what he's at. He didn't ask me to do this. Let me see what he's at, though. Because he was at like 895 before I put that video out. Let me see what he's at. He's at 934, y'all. Come on. I know the power of the college football family could make it happen for this dude. And I know y'all are going to be like, Coop, he's a Georgia Tech. What are you talking about? He's a funny dude. Dude, this guy is freaking hilarious. If you like my style of videos, you will like his style of videos. I'm telling you, he does funny little skits. He's an awesome dude. I'm going to link it down in the chat. I'm going to link it. You go comment on his newest video, you're entered to win one of the wristbands for free. I'll cover shipping. I'll send it out to you. Done. Appreciate you, Rob. Send a bracelet with the shirt. The shirts actually come from somewhere else, or I would totally do it. I would totally do it, man. But I think we'll go maybe for just a few more minutes, guys, and then we'll wrap this thing up for tonight. This has been an entertaining stream. I'll say that. We've had some good conversations. Sunday night is where we're letting loose, though. I keep saying it, but Sunday night is going to be the one where it's going to be crazy. Like I said, I'm going to talk about some stuff that I haven't mentioned in this stream. Stuff that I don't want to get into because it's too deep. It'd take too long. If Gaddis left, then I hope Mario looks at possibility of Jeff Traylor, UTSA coach as OC, plays exciting offensive ball. I think that's the thing. 'Cause here's the deal. If Miami was playing boring football offensively, no one would care if we were winning games. What everyone wants is flashy. Lots of shots downfield, big chunk yardage plays. We want to be able to successfully run the ball when needed. We want exciting, man, because right now we're losing and we're playing boring football. It's like worst case scenario right now. And I can guarantee you it's going to impact season ticket sales next year. Big time. Big time.
This is
Connor
what it
LeBlanc,
takes.
what's up? C-Dog,
To
bro.
you
I'm going to
on the
kick
side
your
of
butt.
helmet.
You the man co-op. Appreciate you
I'm gonna
very much.
kick your
You
butt,
didn't have to
C-Dog.
do that.
My man coming through with the 1999. I know we can get into 1,000, y'all. Like, I know people, I realize people are, they're kind of just letting it go in one ear and out the other. Man, I mean what I preach, and that's that we take care of each other. This college football family thing, man, just like I said, whenever I was arguing with Dim Canes earlier, how did I end that conversation? I'm not going to lie, go back and rewind it. I said, yo, you're still family to me. Yo, we take care of each other, man. That's what we do. We're in this thing together. We all watch the same sport. We all have this same hobby that we're obsessed with, man. Let's take care of each other. We can argue. That's fine. That's okay. But just make sure that you guys shake hands, at the end of it. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you, C-Dog. Thank you for the love, bro, for real. Pleasure meeting you at Canesware. Talking and chilling with you was awesome. You're just as laid back and cool as heck, and I appreciate you giving me the Coach Coop Cane for Life wristbands. Man, it was a pleasure hanging out with you, Doo-Doo. Like I said, you made an impression on me. I truly want you to remember that. All of you that came up to me and said, what's up, you made an impression on me. You made my day. Coming in the chat saying I made your day, you made my day, man. You made my day. I'm not playing either. I'm not playing, man. I appreciate you for real. Let me take one or two more. Let me take one or two more, and then we'll finish this thing up. Don't forget that I'll try to have links for you guys tomorrow. This is a Bally Sports Media broadcast, Regional Sports Network. It's going to be tough, but I will try to find some links. It also means the stream is going to be behind because it's Bally Sports Media. They suck. It is what it is. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? Let me get this thing open back up. We'll take one. I know, Jordan. 10 p.m. Eastern time, guys. Sunday night. 10 p.m. Eastern, Sunday night. You do not want to miss it. The late night Real Talk stream. Oh, I'm so ready for it. Yo, who we got on the line tonight?
Hey, this is Nick.
This is Nick?
Yes.
Nick, all right. Now, I don't have your number. Now, is your username on YouTube, Nick?
Yeah, it's just my name. It's Nick Snyder. I've been in chat the whole time.
Nick Snyder, okay. The reason why I ask is just because there's like 5 Nicks that regularly talk, so I want to make sure that I know which one it is, right?
Right,
so
right.
I'm going to save your number in my contacts list. Okay, so I got you noted down. So,
Cool beans.
How you feeling?
Feeling good. I just pretty much wanted to talk a little bit about the rebuild.
Okay.
So, spoiler, I'm an FSU fan, but I'm not trying to troll or anything. It's just that and you probably have been laughing at us the whole time about how sorry FSU has been ever since Jimbo left. So, our rebuild and our experience with the rebuild is just, how you were saying that you have all these stories from the culture?
Yep.
Our talking heads have loads of stories, not only from Jimbo, even, but the same thing.
I'm trying to tell
yeah.
them, man. Like, and I know if you've been, have you been on my channel for like a bit? Like, I'm talking like for several years, or
Not several years.
okay,
But recently, yeah.
So my point is, I usually don't do that. Like, I usually don't say like, hey, I've got something. I've talked to this guy. Like, I just, honest to goodness, I swear, anybody can back me up on this. I just don't address it. I don't even mention it. All those conversations happen behind closed doors, and it never leaves that. But there's a few that I have had, and they have said you can say these things, just don't use names, whatever, it's fine. And I have some things to say, for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, once a coach leaves, that's when all the dirty laundry comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And man, coaches say too, or talking heads say, losses happen for a reason. Well, when you see a lot of just junk on the field, a lot of penalties, a lot of undisciplined football, that's why. There's a lot of stuff going on. So I do want to say to all you Canes fans, you all will be perfectly fine. It's a rebuild. It sucks. Going through it does not feel good. But what you're looking for, and I know you're hyped about your recruiting class, yeah, you want good skill players and stuff, but take this from an FSU fan. You need to go out and find those dudes in the portal, because that's your fastest path to getting back to somewhat relevant. You need to go find your Dylan Gibbons. You got to go find your Jared Verses. You got to go find these people that want to play right now. They have some experience, 1 or 2 years, and some ball. They want some playing time. They want some tape to get on the NFL. And then you pair that with your coaches that can get your youth talent up. Yeah, you'll be fine. And that's where, FSU, we've seen it this year with going to LSU and being able to compete with those cats. I mean, our recruiting classes have been like top 20 the past few years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Taggart had us 11th, but he didn't do anything with the talent. So we had a mixture of portal and some decent recruiting classes. So I think that's where y'all are going to be at.
Yeah, and it's definitely important in today's times to utilize the portal, because it's such a valuable tool, right? And I mean, Miami fans know this, because over the last few years, and really even some of the guys this year, some of our biggest performers have been portal guys. And I think what's frustrating though for Miami fans is we're trying to build, like, we want long term. Right, we've had so many guys flop that are, big time recruits that come in that are supposed to perform, and that either end up leaving or they just underperform during their career here at Miami. But it is also important, definitely, to get those portal guys that can come in and be playmakers and be part of the change now. That is definitely very important. And even this year, we see it from a lot of our guys, like with Colby Young stepping up, the JUCO transfer, Mesidor. And, just a lot of the portal transfers. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where, eventually you get your guys in there. And then for us this year, the LSU game, I think, was the most important game, because Norvell had to show proof of concept. He couldn't be selling, hey, go look at my tape from Memphis. No, we had to have our guys and our jerseys actually showing what this team can do in that system. And that's kind of where we got a little momentum here. That's why our recruiting class, and I know this is, it's not great right now. We're expecting it, hopefully, most reasonable fans, top 15, maybe not top 10, close.
Wait,
but,
there are reasonable Florida State fans?
Yeah,
hey, I got to give you a little bit of a hard time.
Yep. But no, I mean, we'll see. I think you guys will be fine. You just have to have your coaches get their system installed. Obviously, this year looks like the square peg round hole, but as far as the GT game, by the way, no, I think it's 20-20. I think Canes win that one. And I'm not brown nosing. It's just
wait. We got to swap to the Cane cam, or it's not official. So
all right.
We're on the Cane cam. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear what you just said. So we'll just start over. Okay. So Nick,
I think it's 24-20.
24-20, and you said Miami victory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Having played, I live in Tallahassee. I was at the GT game. If you guys go back and watch that GT game, FSU fans were mad because we looked awful in a victory. We looked hideous. we did some dumb stuff that gave GT points. So if they don't have their quarterback, I mean, you guys have like the 13th most talented team. So you have the studs, you have the guys. GT might have checked out too, just because look at the rest of their schedule. I don't think they're going to make a bowl. So you'll have a bowl to play for. You got some.
All right, man. From an FSU fan predicting a Miami victory tomorrow. I don't think he's trolling us, guys. I think he's being genuine. I know he's got a smile on. I know he's got a smile on his face right now. He's feeling good after the 45-3. It's fine. We'd be talking mad trash. Don't lie, guys.
Dude,
I get it.
Happy to play competent football. I mean, again, the last 6 years.
What's it feel like, man? What's it feel
good.
like?
It's like, I can be excited going to the games, and it's not just like, because I was at the Hurricane game last year, but we go there, we're 3-6. It's just like, it's a rivalry game. I'm gonna take my brother, but just see what happens. And it was an all-time memory, obviously, with the way that played out. But like we were 3-6. It's like
going into games this year, knowing that you might actually win.
And by the way, for the 500, if I win it, just put it all on your chat. Just buy them subscriptions. I don't.
Okay. All right. Now I know he's definitely not trolling y'all. Okay. Nick with the generous offer, just wanting to give back to the community. Okay, that's actually really big, man. I know I'm kind of throwing little shots and poking fun, but that's big time, man. Very much respect for that.
No, I appreciate you, Coop. You're a good guy. You're one of those Canes fans that isn't intolerable. So
There's
what I mean,
definitely,
there's some bad fans out there.
Every fan base has them, right? And I mean, Miami's definitely chock full of them. I'm not going to lie. And sometimes I could probably put myself in that category, but I try to at least be semi-level-headed, right? Be reasonable, be honest, realistic. But that rubs people the wrong way, too, sometimes. They don't like it.
Fan is short for fanatic, so.
Yeah, it's true. So, hey, man, Nick, I got you locked in 24-20. If he wins, wanting to give back to the chat, so we'll figure something out if that does happen. And getting kind of an outside perspective, different point of view from a Florida State fan. Much respect for that. And I appreciate you calling in tonight, man.
No, thank you. Take care.
All right, have a good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. I swear, and here's the thing. Nick, I was just waiting. Like, at any moment, I was like, he's about to bust something out. Like, he's about to start doing the war chant, or he's about to make some kind of comment. Like, I was on the edge of I'm literally standing. I'm actually not at the edge of my seat because I was just waiting for it, Nick. I was like, here we go, man, because those FSU fans have been rubbing our face in the doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? You know when you're trying to potty train your dog and it poops in the house and you take it and you rub its nose in it so it doesn't poop in the house anymore? Florida State fans are just rubbing our face all in that doo-doo. We talked a bunch of trash. We ended up pooping in the bed, and they're rubbing our nose in it. Was that a good analogy? I feel like that was a terrible analogy, actually. Just pretend I didn't say that. Not a troll? Okay, you never know these days, man. You never know. So should we wrap this thing up? I was trying to get Brian. What's your area code? Do I have your number saved? I think I have your number saved. I would love for BW Feldy to be able to call in. That's my man Brian. I would love for him to be able to call in. Drop your area code real quick. Nobody pooping in the bed? I don't know, Brandon. I don't know, man. I think we pooped in the bed a couple times. All right, give me a call, Brian, and we'll wrap this thing up. Give me a call, man. I would love to bring you on. We definitely have some Canes posers, no doubt, Javier. No doubt, man. One thing, I want you guys to promise that you'll keep me in check also. I'm serious. And make sure that I might make jokes and I might poke fun, right? But I mean, when I'm serious, make sure that I also don't judge others' level of fandom. Like I said, everyone fans the way that they fan, what works for them, what's best for them, whatever works with their specific scenario and situation. And I want to make sure that I am not a hypocrite when it comes to that. You know, people always, sometimes stuff will slip up, the heat of the moment, whatever. But I never want to be that guy. I never want to be that guy, man, ever. I'm waiting on you, Brian. I'm waiting on you. I know I'm not pooping the bed. Not me. Not Coop. This might be Brian. This might be Brian. Maybe. Yo, yo, yo. Do we have BW Feldy on the line?
That's me.
We do.
Hold on. Let me mute my. So, yeah, I'm now an FSU fan, man. I just want you to know.
I know better than that.
No, no, I'm good.
Once a Miami fan, Brian, you can't go back. I think
no,
it's impossible.
I'm diehard for life, man. Are you kidding? No, I love these kids, man. And even though we're doing bad, it's just, you know, it's hard to take as a fan. But you know, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back next year. And the one thing I do want to say about Rashada, though, leaving or you know, decommitting, is, you know, I want kids that are going to come to this school and take spots, man. I want them to take over this program, take it back. You know, if they don't want to commit to Miami, then hey, good riddance. You know, I mean, I wish them all the best. They're all kids. I love them all, man. You know, they got to do what's best for them. But when it comes to Miami and the program here, they've got to want to. They got to want to take the spots from these other kids and make the program great, you know. So
no, there's definitely a good argument for that, because you would never want someone here that doesn't want to be here. Or what could happen is you could kind of end up in a situation, just being real, not calling out anyone specific, but kind of that we're in right now. There are a lot of guys I feel like that we have here at the moment that do not want to be here. And I think the play on the field reflects that. Now, it's not just that. Obviously, they're like, I always have to add these disclaimers because people clip this stuff out of context. The injuries, you know, the play calling offensively and defensively, but also a lot of guys that just don't want to be here anymore. Maybe they did at the beginning of the season, but they don't want to be now, and we're seeing that. So, I mean, that is a good point. Now, it still hurts to lose bigger recruits, right? Like, I mean, especially when it's probably – because we're losing, because we're showing having such a poor performances on offense, right? So it definitely still sucks. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I want them to be here.
Yeah. But we got, you know, a lot of. Let's just be honest. We got a lot of soft kids now too, though. You know, they're just not playing what they should, and I think we're going to see a lot of them transferring out probably going into next year. And I think Mario's going to do that, and you know, that's going to be a fact. So they're going to definitely transfer out for sure, some of them. But you know, again, you know, Gaddis, that's a real problem too. I know you were discussing that earlier when I jumped on. I have a really good friend that's a Michigan fan, where Gaddis was last year. And he said he was happy to give him to us because he was that terrible there.
That's what most of them say.
Yeah, he said Harbaugh actually called all the plays there at Michigan, not Gaddis. So I'm afraid that, you know, we're kind of stuck with Gaddis right now unless Mario makes a change. But let's see what happens with that. But I'll give you a score. I know you want to get off here. I know you've been on a while, so
we're gonna swap it over to the fan favorite Kane Cam, and I will be ready for that score prediction when you are.
All right, I'm gonna say Miami for the win, because I go for the wins all the time.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Miami 31, because we're gonna make some defensive plays. I'm probably gonna get some scores. So. Let's say 31-21, Miami. That's my score.
Okay, so I think that actually, out of everyone who called in, let me double check this. Let me run the numbers right quick. Yeah, it was primarily Miami victories predicted tonight. First two callers were Georgia Tech, and everyone after that was Miami. Okay.
Yeah, I got to pull for my Canes, man. I can't.
No, and
That's
the
just way
thing
I am,
is,
so.
I try to tell people all the time, I completely understand that, right? Not even saying that like it's in a superstitious way. It's just hard to be like, I'm saying Miami's going to lose tomorrow, right? Like that's not easy to do. So
No, and I mean, in my heart, I'm not feeling too good about it, the way we've been playing. But I mean, again, I got to go for the win, especially for a prediction contest here. But if I win too, I want you to give that money back to your fans as well. So
okay, hey, my man Brian, long time
Yeah.
viewer. Brian's been around. Brian's an OG, y'all. Brian's.
Yeah,
I
no,
always look. I'll be honest, Brian. Do you want to know what? This is totally random and out of left field. Do you want to know what I think of whenever I think of Brian?
What's that?
I think of Apple products. And you know why. You know why I'm saying that. I see the tweets about you trying the different stuff, like, the watches and the different things. So just so you know, I've never told you that. Whenever I think of you and I see you in the chat, I always think the Apple guy every time I see your name in the chat. Just so you know, I've never told you that.
Yeah, I switch around. I try Android. My wife gets a little bit crazy with me with trying different stuff because I'm a techie. It's what I do for profession as well. So
okay, I got you.
It's like I'm all into tech. I mean, I love Android too, but I just stick with Apple because it's just easier with the family and everything.
Right.
Everybody's on it.
Yeah,
so it just works.
I will say this is not football talk, but I worked as a lead technician at a computer shop for about 8 years, and actually the main thing I did was not the computer side. I did repairs on iPads and iPhones, and I will say, getting into tech talk, iPhones and iPads are very solid internally. Like, it's so easy to work. Like, I would do screen replacements, replace charging ports, headphone. Well, most of them don't have headphone jacks anymore, but when they did, and just other ribbon cables and for the buttons on the sides and stuff like that. And when it came to Android versus Apple products, I'm an Android user, but I would way rather work on Apple products.
Yeah. No, that's all good. Use what
Can only stop in for a sec, but wanted to show support.
But
279
I appreciate you taking my call, man. I know you want to get off, so we'll speak soon. Hopefully, we win tomorrow.
Hey, I hope so.
I'll be watching. I'll probably be hitting you up for a link or two. So
I'm gonna try, man. Because no joke, the places that normally stream these games, when the teams kind of start falling off, they don't want to take up the space on the server and use up bandwidth for one that not many people are going to watch. So even for me, I struggle to find links for a lot of the Miami games right now. But hopefully we'll have a
painful.
couple. Yeah.
I mean, we have not been on, other than last weekend. I don't think we've been on a regular channel for forever.
In a while. So, and then we get one opportunity and we lose 45-3, right? Like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
So.
Well, thanks for having me, man. All right.
Hey, I appreciate you, Brian.
All right. God bless, man.
All right. Have a good night.
Care.
All right.
All right. Bye. Bye-bye.
Well. Chris Gaffney! Chris, please, man, Chris, I am going to need all hands on deck on Sunday night for the late night Real Talk stream, because I gave a glimpse of it tonight and then I stopped myself. I'm gonna need Chris, I'm gonna need Jordan, I'm gonna need Melissa, all you guys. My man Chris Gaffney coming through with the 99.99. Chris, can only stop in for a second, but wanted to show support. 27-9, Georgia Tech, 3 field goal. Oh, Chris, I will be heated, Chris. Even though, here's what I got, Chris. I think we break, you might have seen the preview video. Chris, I think we break the touchdown curse. I think we can get one tutty and a field goal. But that's it, Chris. I mean, there are people predicting tonight, and that's okay, and I hope they're right. Chris, we got people predicting Miami in the 30s. And it should be an interim head coach, right? They got lots of question marks. But a lot of people in the upper 20s and 30s for Miami with these score predictions. I can't, man. I can't see it, Chris. 27-9, Georgia Tech. Chris, let me sit you atop your throne, bro. Thank you for the love and the support, man. It's crazy because I keep telling myself every week, and we're about to wrap this thing up, guys. I'm going to close up the phone line. We're going to finish this thing tonight. I keep telling myself every time whenever I go to do these streams, I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm like, well, you know, maybe we'll have 20 people show up. Well, maybe we'll have like 25 or 30 people show up because there's just no hype. And you guys still continue to come in here and just show me an extreme amount of love and support. And I really appreciate it. Everyone who comes in and donates, everyone who likes the videos, everyone who's sharing this, everyone who's calling in, everyone who's chatting it up in the live chat. I appreciate y'all. Each and every one of you guys. It means the world. Chris, man, everybody. I'll give a huge shout out to everybody when we wrap this thing up, but appreciate the love, man. I appreciate you. I'm worried about Sunday's stream. Like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just worried that I'm going to say some things and people are going to clip it and put it up on social media. I'm just going to be telling the truth, but I'm just saying. I don't need any more death threats right now.
4 line hurt. Backup QB. Prob third string.
Not wrong, Chris. Not wrong, Chris. How can you expect, right? Right? And we talked about this earlier, Chris, where I was like, is it going to be Jake or is it going to be Jakari? Because I feel like that the staff wants to play Jake. I feel like they want to give him a chance. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I think if you roll Jakari, then we can say bye-bye Jake for sure and potentially bye-bye to TVD, especially if there are going to be no changes offensively. Because TVD, it ain't a fit, right? And people are saying, no, Tyler Van Dyke is loyal, and he does want to be. I agree. The dude came from Connecticut, bro. Like, TVD wants to be a Hurricane so bad. He bleeds it. But there does come a point in time when you have to look out for yourself a little bit. Hear me out. I know it's a team sport. You got to not focus on the individual stats. Like everyone says, oh, it's about the team. We got to take care of each other. But you do have to think about your future with Tad. You know? So that's tough, man. Chris with 105 on the night or something like that. I'm terrible at math, Chris. I rounded up. Thank you so much, Chris. Appreciate you for real, man. I agree. I got mine putting up one extra point than what you got. That's it, man. And I hope I'm pleasantly surprised. I really do. Really, really freaking do, man. Portal is going to be busy. Guys, the entire offseason is going to be nothing but drama. I'm telling you. And normally I stay away from drama, but I'm not this time. And it's because it's going to be unavoidable. I'm going to cover all the transfer stuff. I'm going to cover all the flips with recruiting. We're going all in this offseason, guys. Every year I say it and something happens to me personally. Either I get sick or something happens in my family. This season, bro, we're going all in on all the drama. We're going all in. And Steve, I saw you in here earlier. I saw your comments. I saw you talking about your blood being red because it was exposed to oxygen. Hey, I told you guys, I'm reading it. Is Steve still in here? Hold up, let me look for him. Or what's his name? Chuck Daddy, the hockey term. Where's Steve at? Is Steve still in here? I told you guys, I read all of them, and I retain actually more of them than you guys even think. I just usually revisit them later on in the stream. Is he in here? Let me see. Oh no, he might have left, guys. He might have got mad. I might have made him angry earlier. I understand that, Coop, but where's the brotherhood in playing for the guy next to you? I mean, see, we have a lot of guys. Here's the thing. I'm getting a little bit into Sunday's conversation. A lot of these guys on the team right now, I don't know if you know that, don't hang out outside of practice. A lot of these guys that we have on the squad right now are really not. Like, why do you think we saw so much that Tyler Van Dyke and Restrepo connection? Those guys hang out outside of practice. They're buddies. I know that the coaching staff tries to do these little exercises where they bring guys together and they go to the pool and they do all these different things. A lot of the guys on this squad right now are not that close. I talk to some of them. I don't see everything. I'm not living their life. I'm not in their shoes. We don't have that right now, and it is absolutely a problem. And it's why everyone's so big on this 2023 recruiting classes, because a lot of those guys actually are a little tight. So again, there are so many issues I'm going to talk about on Sunday. So many freaking issues, man. Bill Kerr, it's good to see you. And that's the problem. It is absolutely a problem. It's a huge problem. And man, and it's not everybody. It's not all of them. But that's why I'm telling you guys, there are some very deep-rooted issues, and I am the last person to make excuses. Like I said, look, the argument that started at the beginning of the stream was because people were saying I was being too negative. I'm not up here making excuses, but I'm just trying to tell you what has opened my eyes and what I've been shown that I did not understand or realize that was going on. Like I said, I had no idea. Things that were being, I'm saving it for Sunday, okay? I'm saving it for Sunday. I'm gonna drop some stuff and let you guys know what's up. We'll get into it on Sunday, man. We'll talk culture stuff. We'll talk about some issues that people don't know that's happening, and we'll talk about it. We'll air it out, man. It should be a good time. Sunday, 10 p.m. But otherwise, until then, man, thank y'all. Man, round of applause to you guys. Hey, man, showing up loud and proud for the stream tonight. Taking on Georgia Tech tomorrow. I'll be live, hang out for the game. I would love to crank that siren over here. Honestly, it might not even work anymore. It might be rusty for all I know. I might give that thing one crank and it just snaps off. I have no idea, man, because I've not cranked it in so long. My man Chris Gaffney popping in. That's just mind-blowing, guys. Comes in, can only spend a few minutes and drops 100 and then a 5 after that. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you, man. C-Dog came in and dropped a big fat 20. Mayhem Matthew, the Georgia fan, came in with 5. D-Lo 53 came in with the 5. Jackson Porter. Hey, man, like we said, it was good to meet you at Hard Rock last Saturday. Brandon Frick re-upped the Canes fan membership for 3 months. Thank you so much, man. Mike Williams came through with a 10. DJ with multiple donations, a 2, a 5, and a 5. Zitty, I keep wanting to say jujitsu for some reason. Appreciate the 5, man. LOL 305 owned the board for the majority of the stream. Hey, let's be honest here. LOL 305 came through with 60 tonight. My man, thank you for the love. Thank you. Steve also had come through with the 5, but he disappeared now. I made him mad, y'all. I think I made him mad. Appreciate you, Steve. JYM Coaching came through with the 20. This guy, man, is a diehard Canes fan. I chopped it up with him at Caneswear for hours. And he's going to get your boy Coop right when it comes to health and fitness. This dude's going to help me out with my workout routine. Guys, I got back in the gym. It had been 9 months since I injured my shoulder, and going to the gym was off limits. So I got back in the gym 2 days ago. It felt good. I'm definitely sore. I have a long way to go. I'm going to try to put some pounds on during the off season, like I'm an athlete or something, but I'll have more free time in the off season, right? I'm going to try to put some pounds on. Anyways, getting off topic here. Moonlight Me, an absolute pleasure. What a cool dude. What a cool freaking dude. Someone that I consider part of my family. Appreciate you tonight, man. Thank everybody for real. Thank you for all the love. Either way, what did I just mess up? Hold up. You guys didn't see it. I just moved something. There we go. Either way, man, no matter how we're feeling about tomorrow, even though I'm predicting a loss, I want to be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And I still bleed it. I still want man, hey, let me tell y'all something. Lance Leggett chickened out, bro. I'm calling him out. You can clip it and share this online. Lance Leggett didn't want the smoke, y'all. I invited him to Caneswear. He said he would be there. Something came up. He didn't want the smoke, man. I was going to run it in the Caneswear parking lot. And Lance Leggett didn't want none. You can clip it and send it to him. He didn't want it, bro. He's washed up. What? Old man, bro. Old man. Victory by default. I agree. I beat former Miami Hurricanes wide receiver Lance Leggett in a 40-yard dash. because he didn't show up, man. And even at the tailgate, I would run it. I would run it. Coop don't play, man. I want the smoke. I don't care. I don't back down from competition, even if the odds are stacked against me. I'm the underdog story, man. Hey, clip it and send that to Lance Leggett. Tell him what's up, man. He's a good dude, but he didn't want the smoke. So we're gonna end this thing the way we end all of them, man. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys tomorrow during the game. Give me a big, fat, all caps, go Canes, man. You guys know how we do. I'll see you tomorrow. Come on, nothing's working now. Hey, I love y'all.